Reaching new depths of terror, the third dimension is terror. Hello, Charky. Hello, Johnny.
Hey, Cass.
Hello there.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to the GBA in 3-day episode Trey. The trilogy ender. We timed it out, we spread it out perfectly, so we have 3 episodes of the GBA in 3D series. This is the series, this is the show in which we play the 3D GBA games. Not the good ones. That would be for a different channel, a different Twitch channel, YouTube channel, or what have you. We play the bad ones here at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. That's the gimmick, in case people didn't know. I'm excited to end this series here, not because, it's a particularly bad one. I think it's actually a pretty good one, but because there are some games here in this third leg of things that I have been looking forward to showcasing, showing off, experiencing for myself in some cases. How do you feel now, you two, at the end of all things?
This is definitely, I think some of these are going to be the most impressive we've probably seen, based on the little bits I know. But I love this series, seeing all the crazy stuff people are trying to do with the GBA. I'm just waiting to announce the GBA 4D series.
Coming soon.
Look at all the 4D games on GBA.
Ones that had scratch and sniff paraphernalia with them, yes.
This has been a strange series, I think.
Lots of highs, lots of lows, but the more you know. Before the show I was talking, I did a little update to my own talking head here, my own avatar. I gave myself a flannel pattern. It was always meant to be a flannel shirt, but we just had like a solid color on it. And then I also gave myself an extra pixel of height, which I now realize presents a bit of a disparity here in our talking heads, in that, Charky, we got and made you the shortest person here by a whole pixel. So I wanted to double check.
It's like the riser boots in Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Johnny made that same joke.
1 pixel.
You didn't hear them, and they made the same exact joke while you were away from the microphone for a second here.
We're both Castlevania nerds, so yes.
Yeah.
All 3 of us, really. But that being said, I did want to ask at the top of the show. I did want to figure out, how tall are we actually? Did I make it accurate, or did I make it wildly inaccurate? I will be the first. I will step up. I will confess I am 5'11".
I am 5'10".
And I'm 5'8".
All right. Well, the bad gives you an extra couple inches.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's canonical. Difference between 5'11" and 5'10", a single pixel. But by our scale, so if we're using these avatars to gauge actual height as a unit of measurement. Anyway, that was just a fun bit of banter. We like to have fun here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame, like have a little fun.
There's something else we like to have here.
That's true.
Bad Game Hall of Fame, though. What would that be, Cass?
That would be none other, presented to you in 3D, Charky's Stream Snack.
Now, if that doesn't look 3D to you, behind me here, put this on 2 monitors and then cross your eyes. Anyway, tonight's stream snack is creamy spinach potatoes au gratin, which, for being the cheap-ass, Bitter Goods Walmart brand, man, they're actually not that bad. They're pretty good.
It's like I told you, the best
They're
things in
nice.
life are free. The second best things are cheap.
And the drink for tonight is Alani Kim Aid by Kim K. Yes, this is a Kim Kardashian drink. It is all pink. I tried to take a photo of it to show somebody, but it's one of those things where it's so pink that the photos don't come out correctly to show you how pink it actually is. And the Alani logo on it is, they're going for a bubble font or a graffiti bubble font, but honestly, it just makes it look like it's made out of those pieces from Virtual Lab on the Virtual Boy. It just looks like intestines.
Shouts out Meguton if you're listening.
So, I don't expect this to taste like intestines. Kim A, it's probably like a pink lemonade, right?
I would
Let's give
assume
it a try.
so. I do love a lemonade.
Yeah, that's a pink lemonade. That's a little heavier on the strawberry than I normally get out of pink lemonades in general. But that's not a bad thing, like a strawberry lemonade. Well, thank you, Kim Kardashian.
Yep, shouts out. And she has her own video game. Does she still have a video game? Is still that Kardashian mobile game? Is that still maintained?
If it's a mobile game, it's probably been discontinued for quite a while.
Oh, what a shame.
What are y'all having tonight, if anything?
Chugging my Monster.
Yeah, I have my coffee as usual. I also have a crispy mallow bar in case I do get snacky.
A bit peckish, yeah.
Yep.
Right. I think that'll do it for the stream snack then.
I believe that will do it for Sharky's stream snack. Not much else to do but get to the games, huh? So let's get to them. Starting with Ice 9, Trust No One. This is a February 28th, 2005 release brought to us by Taurus Games, published by BAM Entertainment. This is one of them, our first-person shooters on the Game Boy Advance. We've played a few of those so far in this series. We've skipped a few as well.
Yeah.
But if this one's set to feature on this program, that means it's one of the worst ones, typically. And I will say this game was the lowest rated of the GBA first-person shooters. Medal of Honor Underground generally had higher reviews than this did, which is shocking, because that game is terrible, as folk really know.
We'll see.
Isn't Ice 9 a thing from oh god, what was the novel? Cat's Cradle?
You're asking me to reference books, too.
Okay.
Yes. What do I look like? A writer or something?
Like a
writer?
Kurt Vonnegut reference?
All I know is that we're playing this game right now.
Yeah.
But all I got for you.
Yeah. We have played a couple of tourist games on the feature, I believe.
Let me adjust this volume because I'm getting the feeling it's coming a little hot. Alright, that should level that out. We are English here. Oh, there's multiplayer in.
If I remember the book correctly, if we stream this game, then every game becomes this game.
Literary references. You got all these controls here?
Now, Cat's Cradle. Haven't read it.
Well, that makes two of us. Three of us,
just
presumably.
aware of things.
Do I have a load game here? All right, cool.
Looks like it, yeah.
Because I know the first couple levels of this are tutorial, are training. We can choose to be an initiated trainee or a graduate, but all of them will require us to be trained in the ways of the game, of the Ice 9 organization.
Mr. Flipnote says Ice 9 was also the name of the Grateful Dead's music publisher. So this is not a particularly unique name, I guess.
Someone do me a favor, look up the Wikipedia article for this game, because I know this game was meant to be based off of a movie or an adaptation of a book or something to that effect, like some spy thing.
Wikipedia says the plot of Ice 9 is similar to the film The Recruit, on which it was previously based, though they do... Oh, okay, I've got a citation on that from an IGN article, which I'll grab in a minute.
Oh, whoops. Well, I'm starting right out the gate.
It also says that there was a planned PS2 version, but that got canceled.
Yeah, I believe that was in development for like a while. It was meant to be like a real cutting edge sort of thing, that they were really banking on that, then it just never came to pass. And then all we're left with is this.
But some unnotable GBA games these devs made. They made the Doom 2 GBA port and a Duke Nukem first-person shooter.
Oh yeah, the Duke Nukem GBA is quite okay from what I remember. Same rules. These weapon models are...
So apparently, you know, even though this isn't a tie-in with the movie, the plot was completely unchanged. So I guess now it's just a rip-off of the movie.
That is the sincerest form of flattery, as I've been led to understand.
The sincerest form of flattery is to have the rest of the license taken away from you.
Yes. This doesn't look terrible. I mean, it looks better than Medal of Honor Underground. That's for goddamn certain.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to address this. Video Game King in chat says 2 points to stand out immediately: that your CIA training begins with combat and not with intelligence gathering skills. And I'm going to stop there because we are playing a video game. I don't know how much they would have kept
the test taking
attention.
segment, the code breaking segment of this game is.
Yeah, this isn't America's Army for PC. This is we don't have to take a test.
Yeah, you don't need to literally sit in a
training.
room, watch a PowerPoint, and I mean they could have gone that route. Would have sucked, but
yeah, for GBA, that's asking a bit much. Yeah, already this seems miles better than Medal of Honor Underground GBA. I can't imagine.
It's way more watchable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a migraine right now, so that's a good start. Jump shot.
Mr. Taco says, so if the movie came out, we would have had another X versus F or Ballistic X versus F versus. You know, the movie did come out. It's just they couldn't call this game, or they couldn't directly say, hey, this is the game of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The MZ5 submachine gun. Come on.
That is Z or 2?
The M25.
I couldn't read it.
Bad font treatments.
Yeah. I mean, GBA, it was hard to... That's a Z. Do you not aim up?
Oh, you can by holding L and R. You can do this and warp the perspective as needed.
I'm not sure if that's easier or not than just trying to jump and like, can you imagine doing that like in real life? Like someone's like at a higher elevation than you, and you just start jumping up,
jumping in place,
still pointing the gun straight forward.
Yeah, I learned this through the CIA. My vertical leap is at least 2 inches off the ground, so you better watch out if you're trying to flank me from higher grounds. He also taught me how to do a 360 no-scope.
Magic Meow says, this runs better than a lot of the other FPS games on here, at least.
It's well optimized for what it is, for whatever that's worth. Boring way to start your game, though, to have this go on for this long. We're not really learning much at this point. Like, the point of a tutorial is to be, like, expedient, is to be like, okay, here's the essentials, let's get you into the game as quick as possible. But they really seem to be indulging in dragging this out. Circumnavigate around these guys. Oh, whatever. I wonder if they're filming.
How could you tell with this, like, sorry, sir, I couldn't tell at this resolution.
Yeah. Trying to figure out if our little portrait there is supposed to be Al Pacino or Colin Farrell. It doesn't quite look like either of them, really.
Well, what matters here is that we surpassed the minimum score. If we had killed 2 more civilians, that would have...
Oh, yeah.
C's get degrees to kill.
C's get degrees at the CIA. Wait, how does it know my player name is bad? It must just remember my name from when I did previously vet and play this.
Or there was a ranking.
Oh, Mission 2, Silent Hand of Death. Well, that's a great name for a mission. I bet we're finally getting into the shit now. Nope, it's just more training. It's just, it's just more of this shit.
It's Silent Hand of Death. Agent, I'm afraid you have tuberculosis.
Oh, no. Tragic.
Oh, no, you have malaria, and now you have to do, like, Far Cry 2. You have to keep getting pills.
Oh, hey, there we go.
That'd be a mechanic.
That might be the first properly functioning scope we've seen, because some of the previous games had...
Did some wonky
weapons.
shit
Yeah.
to get that illusion across.
Oh. They're ducking in and out cover, I'm seeing.
Like, surface level, this is cool, right? This seems to have the bones of a pretty okay first-person shooter for the GBA.
Yeah.
I know a little more than I'm letting on right now about how this game functions and what it resolves as. But
it's not a great start, mainly, to have the training segment be this long.
Certainly not.
I feel like maybe they felt like it was necessary. Maybe
Yeah,
they just assumed that, like, you know what? It's the GBA.
These people haven't played video games before. This is going to be their first first-person shooter. It's
either A, they haven't played first-person shooters before, or B, it's the GBA. This is going to be so clunky to control that they need to get used to this.
Oh, that was a civilian. I couldn't tell. Look, like they had their...
Yeah, that was a civilian just, like, friendly, like, passively holding up their gun.
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me, too.
Man, I'm never going to make it into the CIA now. All my real-life aspirations getting dashed. If I can't recognize a target like that, it's... I guess I'm going to have to stick with a streaming gig. I guess I'm locked in. Which
one's the... Oh, I'm betraying my ignorance. Which one's the one that does stuff overseas more? Is it the CIA or the FBI? It's the CIA, right?
CIA, yeah.
Yes, it would be the CIA. Yeah. Then there's also the DEA. Right. And I'm sure there's other acronyms, too.
The DOGE. Folks, it's 2025. Send help.
If you're watching this in the future, let us know how things went.
Someone posted a video yesterday that I was watching, and all of a sudden I was overcome with the urge to comment, who's watching this in 2024?
A classic bit. Who's still watching this in 2025? And it's a video that was posted like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I want to do last year, though. Like, I was in on the ground floor.
Oh, the time between shots. Mm-hmm. Realistic, I guess. But
yeah.
Have you seen that new... I don't know if...
Yes!
This might just be on mobile. But YouTube is doing this thing now where they have, like, community posts. And it just shows up in your subscription feed. Like, before you can scroll to anything else, it just keeps showing you, like, these forum posts that people can make and post photos. And
yes.
No one likes this.
Of course not.
As far as I can tell. But there's only 3 types of posts I ever see on this. One is from Josh Johnson's community, where it's all people talking about just how great it is to listen to Josh Johnson and how inspiring he is. Then it's Badlands Chugs, where they just post, like, pictures of naked Peter Griffin. And then Solar Pellets. Shout out to anyone else who watches Solar Pellets, and it's only one post, and it's a picture of a bunny that looks like a cat, because it's Photoshop. And that's it. Ooh. That's all I see every time I go to the subscriptions tab now, and I can't wait for YouTube to be like, this doesn't make us money, and kill it.
And just cancel it, yeah. So we're in the field, technically, I guess, sort of. Not really. This is another training mission, but this time around, human targets. We have...
Oh, tagging?
Yeah, we're not using lethal rounds right now. There's also, quote-unquote, civilians around. I believe those are the ones marked in red, ain't they? So we need to be discreet. There are people around who can detect us if we do not holster our gun by holding select and pressing B.
Yeah, now you're inconspicuous.
Yeah, now they'll never see me.
Why do you keep going to that menu?
That's where the map is.
Oh.
Is this inconspicuous? Am I doing the wrong thing here? No, apparently not. Oh. Well.
Use your non-lethal knife.
You would assume they would have given me, like, a foam knife for this. You would have assumed that.
So...
Yeah.
I wonder if that one civilian was like, hey, I wonder why my friend here just has his hands up in the air. Oh, well. See, when it said... Bad shot. Target tech. So is this still a training mission?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's why I tech. Because I got excited for a second. I thought it was like, oh man, are you like doing the thing where you look through binoculars and tag someone so you can see them later? It's like, no.
No. That'd be a little bit too much.
Yeah, this is like paintball tagging.
Take out the. Nope. Okay, it does think that's a knife. It does recognize.
So what am I doing wrong here then? What button do I need to press? Let's go back to the controls real quick to figure out how to properly holster. Select an A. But I was doing that. I swear I was doing that. Select. This is as holstered as I can't do anymore. Oh.
There you go. You got.
Oh.
Oh, you almost found it.
Okay, you really have to hold down select for a while, and that puts that lowers the weapon. Then you press A once it's fully lowered. So that's bad. That's very sticky, as
okay.
they say. Okay, so that's ultimately our target. We need to tag every other agent first before we tag her, which is a stupid parameter, which is a dumb. Yeah, let me just shoot this person next to her, and she'll still be completely oblivious to our operation here. Oh, for fuck's sake! And by the way, every time you fail this mission, you'd have to start over from the beginning. So you know, be grateful we're not.
Yeah. Reminds me of some of the issues Nightfire GBA has trying to keep these kind of stealth missions on GBA. It's a very different game, but some of this was reminding me of because it would have come out not long after this or around the same time. You know, this being opening levels tutorial, they're slowly teaching you stuff. And one thing that really changed gaming was Gears of War and how that game opens. Because that opening tutorial level is not Kratos like training with a Spartan in a Colosseum. It's buying a fucking Hydra on a pirate ship.
Yeah, one of these is more exciting than the other.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, yeah, it turns out you can make opening tutorial levels that aren't literally training levels.
Alright, so we probably don't want to go that way.
This game kind of looks like... This is... Okay. This kind of looks like a game that would be made up for, like, CSI, or not CSI, for, like, Law and Order or something.
Both work.
That, like, yeah, the killer was caught playing this game, and they'd have, like, a Xbox 360, and they'd cut to the gameplay, and it looks like this.
This game trained them to be the perfect killer. Oh, for fuck's sake.
And they would be playing with a light gun controller. That's always the fake video game side I see in movies and TV shows a lot. Yeah.
You've been watching a show, by the way.
I don't think I've seen a lot of light guns in like those kind of things. Usually, it's just like a PlayStation controller.
Oh, I know 2 examples.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah.
Because you've been watching a show that I've also been watching.
Yeah. But in Breaking Bad, at one point Jesse is playing and this is true, a bespoke version of Rage that is not the final game. It's something it made for them, and he's playing it with like a gun controller.
That's true.
And there's a random episode of Psych where Sean's dad is playing Crackdown 1 with a light gun.
Slice up some pineapple for the road, by the way. Love Psych.
Yeah, he gets
the thing is
addicted to video games, and
the thing is, what they're actually doing is they're practicing for their challenge runs at GDQ.
Oh yes, gimmick runs.
Yeah.
Okay, now all we have to do is get Lily, and we can finally move on to a proper mission in this game. After this tedious tutorializing has been terminated. Unfortunately, the last target walks around the map. But what's the... what? I was against the timer, too? There was a... Ugh. Okay, so
here we go. We got one from Sid in chat. Yeah, there's an episode of True Blood where a bunch of townspeople get possessed, and one of the mums was playing Dead Space Extraction before it came out. Hell yeah.
Alright, fuck this. I'm not even gonna bother. I don't want to do that mission from the top again. Luckily, I have a save here. That is the first proper mission of the game. Mission 4. Working for the man. No more training, Tom. This is for real. To find if Hannah's been... Oh, by the way, that lady that we were training with, turns out she's an actual, like, turncoat. They just sort of give that detail away between missions. So, you know... Oh, and by the way, don't worry if we have to hit civilians. We have memory erasing drugs. And here's where the true game begins. Now, here is how many enemies you need to kill in this first real mission. Non-lethally shooting all people. And they mean all people.
Ooh.
Don't worry, that's non-lethal.
It's non-lethal, yeah. I can see the parachutes. Why are you shooting Leon S. Kennedy?
He's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, he's having a horrible first day.
Yeah. He drove from New York to Raccoon City in his police uniform. Got there late.
Non-lethal rounds. Don't worry, folks. This is all good. It's okay. Pay no attention to the man strafing and shooting and blowing up everything.
I mean, I've been playing Sniper Elite Resistance, and you can straight up just equip non-lethal rounds for your Tommy gun or whatever.
What if that turns out that's the twist, where our protagonist is just a dumbass who... oh, yeah, these are totally sleep-inducing, memory-erasing bullets.
The CIA would do that kind of shit.
Yeah, you're totally not killing a bunch of innocent people that we then get a charge you for.
It's the next evolution of MK Ultra, where they just get really gullible people.
Ay.
I wonder if that wasn't supposed to be the case, and it was like an age range thing of, oh, we need to get the age range down. Say these are tranks.
Okay, well, since they said that the plot was not changed after they got rid of the license,
Yeah.
I'm looking up the movie here.
Oh, yeah, great idea. I mean, the more I think about it, that portrait is definitely... It's meant to be Al Pacino, just like changed enough to not get in trouble. Looks like young Al Pacino, weirdly enough.
So yeah, this game's boring as shit once it gets to the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
That is the fatal flaw. Missions that go on for way too long. In environments that are impressive in the sense that there's, clearly some scale going here. You can recognize this as being an office complex of some sorts. So it's impressive in that sense. But boy howdy, am I already done with this.
There is nothing in the plot summary of the movie about non-lethal memory erasing bullets. Although the movie does revolve around a computer virus called Ice-9, so they got to keep that, I guess.
And then it would restart the mission here because I dared to use the knife. Why even give me the knife at that point? Why not just make the knife slot like an unarmed slot and have it so you can punch people? Right? Wouldn't that work? Wouldn't that be fine?
They're very trusting of you.
Anyway, I think that will do it for Ice-9. Interesting story in the fact it was a license that got dropped, that got terminated, that got made into its own original thing. But to what end? Not a particularly impressive, I guess technically impressive, but not particularly compelling one. And so we move on along to what must surely be a more exciting game. Killer 3D Pool. This is a January, February, March, April, May 2nd release. Another 2005 release. This one
Rated
brought
M
to
for
us...
mature, violence, blood, and gore.
We're going to kill these billiard balls. It's going to be bloody, I tells you. Developer on this one, Gravity Eye. Published by Destination Software, who certainly publish some games. They were the destination for some real dog shit on the GBA and elsewhere. Billiards, pool. Do either of you two indulge? Are either of you two secret hustlers?
I like pool. I like playing pool. I'm not good at pool, and I really rarely ever have the opportunity, but I like doing it. It's fun.
I used to, as a young kid, I used to do it a lot. It's a weird thing where I got to like a certain height, and I got worse at it. Like I was better at it when I was like younger, but I got to like my mid to late teens.
When
and
you're eye
I lost
level
it.
with the table.
That was probably it, yeah.
Oh boy. We have Steve, Jen,
Tony Hawk,
Jane,
Yeah. That's
Nick.
That's
Oh, and unlockable characters. So many unlockable characters. I can't wait. I'm sure these are all going to be very exciting. A real range of faces and folks here.
Does
All of their
Nick
different
have that-
stats.
Does Nick have that Robert Zadar thing? Does he have cherubism?
Let's play pool.
Let's play pool indeed. I'm assuming the 2-player mode in this is pass and play. So let's get someone set up for that. Or you could do link cable if you wanted a more seamless experience. Who wants to join me for some billiards here?
I'll play in a sec.
All right, I'll be Jane. Incredible select.
All right. Let me pop. Do I have? Yeah, I do. So you'll be. I'll be Tony Hawk.
Wrong
Ah,
button.
shit. Game Boy. Yeah, remind me.
English 8-ball, US 9-ball, US 8-ball, or Killer.
Killer.
I got
Okay.
Best of one.
Yeah. So, no clue how this is done.
Hey, look at this, 3D. Ain't that
Hell
impressive?
yeah.
We're in the void as far as the room is concerned. All right, you hold down R, it gives you a trajectory, which isn't particularly helpful when it's only straight ahead. Oh, if you press L, maybe you can put a little English on it, or...
Yep. And I see you have a, like, where to hit... Oh! That almost went bad straight away.
Steve!
Alright. I don't know what the rule of killer is.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, okay, I don't get to choose anything. Alright, I got Jane!
I'm assuming killer mode is just you keep taking turns, and doesn't really matter what order you do these in.
Wait.
I think you might just have to... Yeah,
This is how you choose your power, I guess.
yeah, like sync every turn.
But I did sync on my... Oh, I get a foul would be if I don't sync. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Tucker says
Oh,
this is
and we
killer.
have a-
This is killer pool because the loser dies. So
I think we have lives, actually.
let me hit this from the bottom right. Draw it
How
all
are
the
you
way
ad-
back.
How are you adjusting where in the ball you're
Hold
hitting at?
L for that.
Okay. There's a spring connected to it.
Yeah.
Or I thought it was a zip.
Whoa.
Whoa!
I don't know
Okay,
what the point of that is. I don't know what the point of the R
Yeah.
button is.
I guess just if you need help lining it up.
Maybe.
I don't actually want to put much. There we go.
Hey!
I just want to hit as many balls as possible. I just want to see the physics go cattywampus.
Yeah.
You know what? It helps on this screen, from the top-down perspective, maybe, to have...
Yeah. Is it on this screen? It just looks like it's going up to the ceiling.
Do you find this is helping more?
Like a little, yeah. Do I want to do that though? Probably like right about there and little there. I would definitely just be slamming my pool cue into these
all
two
two of the
balls.
balls. Yeah.
Foul.
Yeah, your cue ball went in the pocket. It happened so quickly though. I'm not surprised you didn't see. Like the ball speed in this is sometimes ridiculous.
Yeah, if you pull back on it at all. Okay. Pool
Truly a
isn't
thinking man's game.
Pool isn't a great stream game for comedians because you have to think.
This is pretty foul. I will grant that. There's
I
truth
feel
in the
like-
voiceover.
I feel like I would be better equipped to like rate this if I was playing like 8-ball and not whatever this weird like children's version of this is. Like, just see if you can get the balls in the thing.
This is the version for killers, though.
Like, this is the version for like 2 kids are at like a country club that their parents go to, and they see a pool table and they don't know how pool works, so they just kind of hit balls back at like one after the other.
Perfect. Sunk that one. Luckily, I'm a master. I've actually been hustling this whole time. I'm actually check this out.
What?
All right, never mind. I guess this is your power here.
What does Goku call his magic rod?
Whatever they call it in Journey to the West.
Yeah, magic extending rod, go. All right.
Oh, you got
no,
it!
bad turn down.
Yeah. Like, this does seem impressive for the hardware, but the actual physics of things does not seem up to par.
It is missing bits of a video game pool game that I would prefer, like some sort of indication of how powerful your shot is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to purely gauge that based on knowing how far back to draw it and how that applies to the ball.
And it seems like a little goes a very long way.
Yeah, and see, the physics there looked okay. It's just it's like 0 to 100. It feels like there's no in between. Either they move realistically or they're moving way too fast.
Oh, I lined you up perfect for that one. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know how often people play this version of pool, but I feel like a big, part of playing pool, or if you're a proper Englishman like me playing snooker, is setting up shots where you're trying to put your opponent in a bad position, and
that doesn't really
do that.
work. I mean, you could. I could see how you could do it here.
Yeah, but you have to concentrate on sinking a ball at the same time.
Like I'm used to more like with 8-ball, where you're trying to keep it going as much as possible. If you're trying to set up a bad shot, that means like, yeah, I know I can't do anything. This is weird which you have to both manage. Like, I want to make a good shot and I need to keep my opponent from hitting something. This is fine, I think, but
Killer soundtrack,
like,
though. You gotta give it that.
I feel like if I were going to play pool on a GBA, I would rather just a way more simple top-down, like Yahoo pool kind of pool.
Yeah.
Again, this is impressive. It's running well. It's missing some little bits of features that I would like, but it's not bad.
Yeah, it's very slight.
Yeah. I mean, there are other rule sets. Like, we could be playing 8-ball.
Did you select? Did you?
I did not select. Yeah.
I actually don't know what the difference between UK and US 8-ball is.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I'm just quickly demonstrating that, hey, you can play it like this, or even like this if you so chose. If you were boring, if you don't have a killer's instinct.
Yeah, and when I said like I'd prefer like a Yahoo pool, something that's like you see, like here it doesn't show you how your ball is gonna like reflect.
Yeah, at all, which is bad.
Like, I don't need a whole bunch of guys, but I think it's nice for a pool game to say like, hey, here's a basic kind of shot. Like, I can still figure it out.
Okay, so I think I found out the difference. So the difference is what I'm used to, where the balls are marked red and yellow instead of striped and solid. But apparently there is also differences in ball weight and even table size. I doubt the game goes into that granular detail.
Yes, somehow Is that enough killer 3D pool?
Fuck. That goes so. I just pulled it back like one thing.
Thinking.
Oh wait, we're doing one.
Yeah, we were doing one play. I
Who's
thought that was.
thinking?
I thought that was the CPU taking its turn that whole time because I'm dumb. Jen!
Okay, scene. Yeah,
that's okay.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah. So that's not a great sign if the AI takes that long.
It has to think. I mean, it is a thinking man's game. Speaking of thinking man's games, our next game tonight is SRS, Street Racing Syndicate. This one was released October 4th of 2005. Developed by Raylight Studios. Published by Namco. This is the handheld version of a console racing game series.
I feel like the SRS series has existed in the periphery of my life for a very long time. Like, it's never a game I've played or even like seen in motion, but I've always seen the title floating around.
Yeah, I know there's some people do really like it, and I just wanted to check something.
Well, John, I was going to say that if
this won't take me long.
You should play this.
This is, you can still buy this game. It is on Steam. It is currently on sale, 80% off. It's normally around $3.
Blue
It's cheaper than that.
Roses.
Oh, Cash, you already have this on Steam.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Funny that.
I'm gonna summarize what this game is, so you'll understand why Cass owns this game. This is Horny Need for Speed. Underground, specifically.
Well, that sums it up then, doesn't it?
Like, everything I've heard about this game is it's just...
Well, you can be the one to confirm that, because I'm putting you in the driver's seat here.
Oh, hell yeah.
Banger.
How is this song not in WWF No Mercy? What? Okay.
Oh, tasty finger, yum.
Alright.
Yeah, I see what you mean about this being like a sexy Need for Speed.
Oh, now I see it.
Yep. The cops just popped Eddie right before the finals of the LA.
Oh, thank God. Speed this up.
You can talk quicker, okay.
I was going to say, for a speedster, for a racer.
Yeah.
Hold A to... boy.
Hold A to kind of move your fingers like in a rolling motion. Like, hurry it up. Talk faster.
Impressive car models.
So yeah, so this is Raylight Studios, who we previously looked at their conversion of Smash and Drive.
I love when a game lets you savor every frame. It's really it's really a testament to their craft. They want to show it off.
Every frame a painting.
Yeah. How's this control?
Okay, let me get a bit more of a feel for it.
Do you have nitrous?
Definitely noticing. Let's see. I'm kind of scared to touch that because you can see the cars they're very tail heavy. Oh, I think I do. Okay, let me take the turn.
I like the game's attempt at like showing the neon under the car.
Let's put a solid color there. Alpha transparency.
Oh God! It looks like a YouTube edit when a streamer starts screaming.
Earthquake! Call off the race.
The thing is, I can see that green meter, but it doesn't look like it was going down.
Oh, it's going down by bits. Yeah. So you still have a whole ton of nitrous left.
Yeah.
Johnny, what button does nitrous?
That is the R button.
Okay, I'm gonna steal control away from you for a sec.
I mean, you can simultaneously control it. You can
that's what I'm
co-op
doing.
this.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, let me get this. Like, the turning is so bad. This game sucks. Okay, you can take over.
Oh, perfect.
Wait, this occurred to me. I can do nitrous on command too.
Yep. Hey, you got me second place. Look at that. Like, it's weird. The cars feel very light. You do a turn, and it feels like they're about a 360.
All right.
All right.
Banga.
Oh, I could barely tell these were different cars for a second. Okay.
Gee, I wonder why.
I would like a matte finish on my car, please. What color? No, just a matte finish on my car.
Oh, so I was just picking the brand there. I want to go with the shitbox. There we go.
All right, what's the gaudiest color you can pick? Pretty gaudy.
Yeah.
Semi-auto? I'm sorry. There's auto, semi-auto, and manual. What is semi-auto as far as driving game is concerned?
A semi-auto car.
That's what it said!
You have to just keep pressing the gas button a lot to make it go forward.
Bang on that pedal.
Okay.
Suzuka says, I think semi-auto is, it shifts up automatically, but you have to shift down manually. Or you can shift down manually, rather. Can.
They have the requisite tuning that you'd hope from a game like this,
yeah.
so that's
Missing that smashing drive music, though.
And you have to pick your brand. There we go.
That'll be good enough, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming the warehouse is... Oh.
Paul S. says, thank God you didn't get a single action transmission.
What's going on over here?
This is a lot of UI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, you want to bet?
I do want to bet. Break down. So yeah, so it seems like they might have really tried to get as much... Oh. Many collisions are bad. There we go. Now I'm getting points. Wait. Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, you're losing points.
What collision? Is it because he's...
It was delayed.
Drip.
The scoring system is delayed.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
had a
sure if I was
backlog, it had
getting
a
like
queue.
hit from the back, and that was what was...
I noticed you got points for a faint drift, which I guess is pretending like you're gonna drift and then not do it.
In that case, I faint drift all the time when I drive.
Also, disagree with losing points for collisions. I think racing games should encourage collisions at all times.
Yeah, especially a game like this that's not super simulation in terms of the handling. Hey, look at that. I won the circle
At first
track.
place. You won 2 Polaroid picture, Polaroid picture, Polaroid picture.
B? Your name is just B? When did we decide that?
It's because I pressed the A button to confirm the first letter, and it was like, oh, that's your name.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose points if they hit you, even if you're not the one at fault. See that? There, I was at fault there. Okay, you can kind of adjust to it, but for running like this slow, like the cars feel really light. It's the only way I can describe it. Like it doesn't take much to make that happen.
You know, maybe it depends on the vehicle. Maybe it depends on the car.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I faint drifted. Oh well, the starter car, that like souped up one, felt the same. Oh, this. God, I swear Smash and Drive ran at a better frame rate than this. And that's the same engine, and like crazier. Like, yeah, the environments look really detailed, but they probably shouldn't be.
I still never went back and played the console port of Smash and Drive. I was meaning to do that. Someone remind me after the show.
I'll remind you. I'll try my best to remember. Did you ever go back to play more Crazy Taxi on GBA? After that speedrunner commented on our YouTube video?
I did not. You know what? Right now I'm gonna make a list. What were you about to say about this game, Cass, before I interrupted you?
That this seems, yeah, I mean, not great, but it doesn't seem like the worst. It seems like there's a decent amount of depth to it, at the very least.
Oh, yeah,
the frame rate is
maybe too
questionable.
much though, considering it's Game Boy Advance. Have a quick go, Cass. See what you think of the driving model, because it's. I do like this song though.
Oh no, I just want to.
No, you want to press the start button. Yeah.
All right, it's A to accelerate. Yep.
B is brake. L is handbrake.
Okay, that's entirely that guy's fault. The guy in the red car.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Like, yeah, now
Ugh.
yeah, it's odd. It's really touchy. I was having to like correct and counter steer a lot.
And we don't have nitrous in this car yet. You should have, among the numerous upgrades that they offered to us, put some goddamn nitrous in this car.
I know. I was just the menus are so slow to navigate. I didn't want to be stuck doing that for like.
Yeah, it really is.
minutes.
You have to tap it. If you don't
Yeah.
tap it, you are doing like 360s.
Like, yeah, these are pretty detailed environments. Looks like heck, you even got a billboard there, but that's probably a bad idea considering.
Yeah, I'd have spared some of the details in favor of getting a few spare frames. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What's the point of doing like the handbrakes? What's the point of drifting if the turning is so sharp?
Yeah, I maybe it's more controlled, but it didn't feel
Yeah.
like it. The only thing I could think of is maybe let you do sharper
Oh.
turns, because when you get that kind of slide, it doesn't carry you forward as much. I do like this music though.
Like, I guess the handbrake might actually let you get a proper drift in
Alright.
if you do it correctly.
Okay, so yeah, this is Chef Chelios is confirming stuff I've heard about this game. Saying, have you seen any of the console version? You can unlock softcore clips of chicks shaking their asses, and at least one model is in fact an adult film actress.
Good for her.
Yeah, took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, that's the impression I got of this game. I remember watching a video of someone going through Metacritic and looking at like the fan voted, like, you know, the fan scores for racing games, and this one was surprisingly high.
I remember.
Wait on, there's an
not
arcade
such, I
mode.
mean.
I want to see the arcade
Okay.
mode.
Yeah, go on.
I speaking of adult film actresses in games, I remember. I can't tell you because I can't remember the name of it or any of the people involved. But there was some game that was on the Xbox Live Arcade Indie section where it was all live action, like video, and then also digitized sprites. And it was 3 women in the game. They were all adult film actresses. There was nothing sexy about the game at all. There was no sex stuff. It was definitely just hired 3 adult film actresses to, like, be the character in Frogger or something. I don't even think they were, like, dressed sexy or anything.
The objective was to try and like use the right pickup lines to go on dates and stuff, right?
No. I mean, like, if I remember correctly, like, it was stuff like you would see these scenes shot in, like, a hotel room because that's the only place, I guess, this guy had to film. And then it would cut to, like, a digitized sprite of the character, like, trying to cross the road or something, like it was Frogger, right? It was all these, like, little bespoke game modes where you played as digitized versions of the characters. And it was just... I just happened to recognize one of the actresses. And I looked it up and, like, yeah, the rest of them, they were definitely... The other 2 were definitely porn actresses as well. And the guy just, like, rented out a hotel room, got these 3 actresses in a camera, and said, no, keep the clothes on. Listen, we're making a game. You ever heard of Xbox Live Indie?
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking of a completely different game where it was. I forget the name of it. There was that guy who went infamous for like the dating game thing. It was like a precursor to that, but on Xbox.
Super Seducer, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't that guy, but it was essentially the same concept. I remember Giant Bomb looking at it, and the dialogue was really weird. And I didn't look that one up, but I would not be surprised. Oh, Arbitrary Waiter might have it. Don't be nervous talking to girls. I think that's it.
I chose a hard race there, and it wasn't particularly hard.
Yeah.
Did pretty good, though. The hotel run.
Yeah. Legit with this one, I feel like the racing is the worst aspect of it.
Which is bad when that's the gameplay. Yeah. When that is the crux, the core of your video game. There's multiplayer. We're not going to play that right now. And I'm sure
I've mainly not played the console version because I can't get it to boot on my PS2 hard drive for some reason.
What a shame. I'm sure you're missing out on that.
But again, it's on Steam for like less than $1.
That'll do it, I think, for Street Racing Syndicate. I think when it comes to these driving games, and let me just say that I think we've played better driving games on like the disastrous driving segment, maybe even in this segment for the GBA. Hey, technically impressive, but to what end? At the expense of what? Frame rate? I don't know.
Yeah, I still think their conversion of Smash and Drive was done a lot better.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to say yes to that. Speaking of saying yes, I'm going to say yes to the next game.
Yes.
And this is a curious one to show up on this show. You'll understand why it's here, but then maybe this one might be a little more impressive than the pedigree leads on. Driv 3er, also known as Driver 3, for the Game Boy Advance, released October 25th, 2005, developed by, you know him, you love him, Velez and Dubal, and published by Atari.
Possibly the only emulatable version of this game.
Possibly. So, for those who don't know, Driv 3er is a particularly infamous bit of games history. The Driver series, and its competition, as it were, against Grand Theft Auto, its attempt to take what was originally just very much like a car-based driving game, and then go the route of a sort of open-world game, culminating with Driver 3, and underwhelming on all fronts, particularly the console versions. This Game Boy Advance version, though, let's see how this stacks up. Because it's the console versions that are particularly infamous. Maybe this handheld version dodges that reputation a bit. Maybe this will be spared in some capacity. Maybe putting Velez and Dubal on the case means that this might be the best version of Driv 3er. What can you tell us about Velez and Dubal, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Otherwise known as VD Dev. I'd say they're like legends of doing really impressive handheld conversions, especially because they were just a two-person team. Their first game, funny enough, was Jim Power in Mutant Planet for the Amiga, which was supposed to be that like 3D side-scrolling game where it didn't use 3D glasses. It was supposed to use like a screen-scrolling effect. But they did like a lot of early Game Boy, Game Gear stuff, including some racing stuff. They've done a game that you two played recently, Wacky Races for the Game Boy Color.
Oh, yes. Well, we didn't play that version yet. We only played the console versions. I fucked up and didn't include the... I think. I'd have to review my case files.
Okay.
By the way, no options in this menu here. We have undercover and we have credits, and that's it.
Yeah. They're probably their most famous of these 3D GBA games is probably their Asterix and Obelisk conversion, which is super impressive.
Nice one, France.
They basically turned that like PlayStation 2 game into like a PlayStation 1 game, and it looks really impressive. And Suzuka and chat mentioned their version of not Drive Man, Stuntman. He is a Drive Man, but his name's Stuntman. And yeah, that one is also really impressive. They were doing great work. And then, and funny enough, worked on another driver game when Ubisoft had the rights later for the 3DS. Unfortunately, what year was it? Yeah, unfortunately, Velez passed away in July 2016, but the studio is still going, and they've recently been bringing some of their like 3DS stuff to the Switch, like Ironfall Invasion, which was a 3DS Gears of War style game, which looks really impressive. But they've like revitalized the whole thing, brought it to Switch. So it's good to see them still going. But yeah, legends in the in the portable conversion space.
They couldn't do much with these cutscenes, though, could they?
Yeah.
I mean, you can only do so much when it comes to.
So I've never played Driver. Like, the only ones I've played are the first Driver, and then Driver San Francisco. That's the city, right?
Hell yeah.
Which I really want to go back and play that game again. That game was cool.
Oh no, that game's amazing.
Yeah. But never played this one, or Parallel Lines. Or
yeah,
the Parallel Lines was after 3, right?
Yes. Yeah, I've only messed with those a little bit. I might do something with those in the future. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Tap the nose. But yeah, you could do a little bit of FMV stuff on GBA, but I think you had to use pretty big cartridges that cost more. And
I just realized now I can hold down the A button, not to skip anything. This goes
to keep it on, yeah.
But to make the text go faster at the very least.
Yeah.
Hang up his old sidearm.
I wanna check quickly because Wikipedia only. Let's see.
Oh my god. Okay.
There we are.
Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to compare the critical reception of this version to the others because it literally got reviewed by Nintendo Power, and that's it.
Well, this is impressive. Look at the city here.
Like reminder
controls
for what Grand Theft Auto Advance is that's a top-down like old school GTA style game. Not behind the back.
Look at the warping. Yeah. I mean, that's gonna. That's
their
just
illusion. Yeah, you could definitely poke these games to to break the illusion, but like when you're in motion, I think it looks pretty impressive.
R button to emergency brake, B button to do a regular brake.
Yeah.
What I found interesting is when you were like. You get a little bit of it while you're driving, but when you were like running down that narrow alley, it almost looked like it was doing a dolly zoom.
Yeah.
Looks like they filmed this on a fisheye lens.
Yeah, someone who could. I don't know the full technical stuff of how they achieved this effect, but like, look at the frame rate of this compared to everything else we looked at today, and this is still like a decent draw distance for the system, like very populated streets.
Whoop.
Clean up the district.
Yeah.
Go find your broom as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, there should be another text crawl that just says, "Damn, you look silly."
Question is, how do I pull my gun out?
Oh, they do go to the mission. They tell you.
Oh,
Never mind then.
it's hold the R button. Okay.
Yeah.
I need a car. This walking's for the birds. Sorry, sir. Sorry, just gonna need to.
Yeah. Yep.
What direction is the arrow supposed to be facing at all times in the mini map?
It's supposed to be pointing to the M.
Oh, it's supposed to be like, you know.
So it's
Yeah, it's dynamic. Yeah.
okay. So it has nothing to do with you're facing.
No. Oh, well, you picked something up there.
I think that's a curb you're running into.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's a little hard to... Okay,
Oh, I see.
Game, you're gonna have to level with me
magazines.
here. How do I get out of the car? There we go.
Yes.
That way I can jump the curb there.
Yeah, see, proper third dimensions. So,
You want me
this
to
is
shoot
kinda
now,
how...
Game?
Yeah, there's people behind you.
Oh. Are they criminals? Are they...
Well, they have red when you put the crosshair over them,
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's their fault. Hey, that guy, the one in the black who's trying to shoot you, you should probably shoot him. There you go.
All right, consider the streets cleaned. And look
Are you
at
okay
this.
with that, police? You're okay with that, officer? What I just did? Yep. Keep moving.
All right, just a little business as usual. I like this huge line of cars that we have here. No
Yeah.
idea how to circumnavigate. Man, you can... Anything will just like send your cars flying backwards. Hair trigger for that. Okay, I'm assuming this guy has our next mission.
Yep, and he's on a curb, so you have to jump up.
We got some info on Bacchus. Getting his fingers
Yeah.
dirty in the repo biz. Luckily, we're here to clean up.
Yeah, Slam James noting. I know GBA does have great audio, but the music in this game really does sound like it was recorded straight from a speaker. Yeah, I imagine... You know, look at how many 3D games we get where they don't even do the music. That's probably where they had to save the most cartridge space, like really compress it down.
All right, we're following now. We got to keep behind this fella.
Yeah. It's funny though, because you could you could argue it's supposed to sound like it's coming from your car radio. Look at that, see, it's a play feature. It's not a bug.
Oh man, he's speeding away. I might actually lose him. I do hear this game gets brutally difficult at a certain time when it comes to anything that's like timed or that has meter.
Which is very in line with old school Driver.
Failure. You lost.
But yeah, you do get a DC sized open map here. I don't remember how many maps there are in this.
What's this camera?
Oh, Slam Shadows, what kind of car radios do they have in the UK, Johnny? I don't know, I don't drive.
Does it pay a radio license in your car? It's
Only if that radio gets the BBC.
God, I could be wrong, but I think that's how it works. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
I think it's rolled in. I think a very long time ago they used to be separate, but I think it's all part of the TV license.
So, like, the idea of those licenses is that, like, basically, if you get state broadcasts, that you have to pay a license for it.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, what if you're one of those people who, like, get braces and all of a sudden you pick up radio signals in them and you get, like, the BBC in your head and, like, does someone come to your door and say, like, you were going to need to pay up for that?
Based on what I've heard, they probably would, yeah. Yeah, they're not... They don't
like
seem to
that
be as
thing
bad as I heard, but apparently they used to be really ruthless about going after people.
I was about to say, is it like that thing in Japan where apparently you just don't answer these people? And, like, that's just the common thing. It's like, yeah, just don't answer the door.
I don't know how true this is. Apparently they have equipment where it can detect... Like, not nowadays. This was back when everything was going through, like, aerial signal and bins. But apparently that's how they would check stuff.
Yeah. Well, to my knowledge, I could be wrong. I could be wrong about this because this is all like third-hand knowledge. I'm drawing this from. But like in Japan with like the TV license stuff, like it's more common to just like never answer the door for like the TV guy or just like flat out deny stuff. It's just like just kind of ignore them and they can't really do much.
Yeah, I've been taking that advice in my own life, just never answering the door. You know, they can knock, they can ring as many times as they like, but I never answer.
Stuff.
I just want to say that, not to distract from this incredible conversation, but driving on the road in this game is a fucking trap. Like, the only way to not constantly bump into shit is to drive on the sidewalks. because like I can't pass between cars. There's just no gauging how wide they actually are. How did he drive through whatever that was? He drove through like 3 cars. This phased right through them.
He has the sirens on.
He's played this game before.
Ugh. No!
At least you don't take car damage like you would in Driver 1 through 3.
I mean, what's that bad in the upper left corner?
Yeah, but like as bad. Like a collision like that would almost completely break your car.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, that's like a feature. I like it when cars take damage, even if it is like a difficulty factor. You know, it's still part of the fun, isn't it?
But considering the hardware and the weird hacky stuff this does to be in 3D, it's probably for the best.
Well, these cars are all sprite-based, so you could just as easily like swap it out on the fly for a slightly damaged model of car.
Oh, yeah, but I just mean in terms of like how fragile your cars you were driving were in those old games.
Let me
like
around
that side
this.
of difficulty.
Oh,
hey,
cool.
jump for joy!
Huzzah!
I love they put a jump in. Like they could have easily made this game where it's like there's no elevation on the ground, but they went for it.
Okay, so where's the mission? I assume it would be the doors there, but
yeah.
Bacchus is relaxing with a girl. We can't show that on a GBA. It's... I love this narration. You know, here's what would be happening in the cutscene.
Yeah. I think I have to remember, I watched the mini-me video about Drive 3 a while ago. I want to say they got some, like, decently well-known actors and like a director for the cutscenes for Driver 3.
Sounds right. It's been ages since I've seen that video, though.
If I remember right, they spent
I like when the artifacting gets. I like when the artifacting gets so weird. It's like, where did that green come from? Like, why is that green?
Yeah. I'll say for those, if there was more resources available, and that's probably why they had to do it that way, redrawing them would have been the better solution. And straight up for their driver game they made for 3DS, which came out around the same time as San Francisco, it's just its own story with a more like graphic novel art style.
I went the wrong way, by the way. Gotta find our way in.
Yeah. Tanner's quick on his feet, though. Oh, there's a evil red dot on the map.
Gee, I sure hope these are all bad guys. The shooting's not good. I gotta say.
Yeah, it's not great, but I still think it's better than what you would expect, considering. He needs to be arrested. Hunt him down. Who?
Bacchus, presumably. Alright, so we're gonna have to damage his vehicle here? Is that what we're getting at here? Or do we just need to tail him for a requisite amount of time? I'm betting it is just tailing him.
Let's see. Oh, hey, look at that, though. AI's going all off-road and everything. See, they know the pro strats. You said them out loud. Now they heard you.
Yeah, the GBA microphone.
Yeah. Again, maybe a hot take, but I think this is better than the GTA game on Game Boy Advance.
At least they know well enough to start you from the driving part here. At least they know well enough to be like, well, they're gonna get sick of the shooting that they do it 100 times in the pursuit of. Can't run people over, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, depending on your perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, this is already fucked. I missed one turn.
I think there is one driver game where you can run people over. Driver was always the series where the NPCs would like magically jump out the way.
It's good that this game doesn't take long to get brutally difficult, so we can show that facet of the game off. I'll grant it that.
Yeah.
It lets you know what you're in for pretty pretty well quick.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Again, it's very in line with what Driver was at the time. Can you? Oh yes, Suzuka asking, can you run people over in Drive 3 or on PS console? I think that might be. It's either that one or it's Parallel Lines was one of the only ones where you could run over NPCs.
Let's fucking cheat. There's no other way for me to get around this.
It took longer for this game to get hard than Driver 1.
That's true. On a scale, by comparison, this is downright fair.
But,
Driver 1's main problem is communication, I'll say.
I had Driver 1 as a kid, and I just never played the story mode in that game. That was not a challenge I could get past. The very first tutorial thing, I just played free roam. I liked it. I liked free roam, but never got past the tutorial.
Yeah, no. The problem is to do that well. Oh, okay, he survived. The problem is with that tutorial is it's poorly explained. You have to thoroughly read the manual. There's also like a demonstration mode that isn't very clearly marked that shows you what you have to do. Once you read the manual and watch that, it's actually a lot easier than it seems. But it's just the game doesn't direct you to those things. It just tells you, hey, you have to beat this to play. Oh, and Chef Chair says, saying how Driver was at the time makes it sound like the franchise is still alive today. No offense. No, fair. It's just that after Driver 3, the games did get more easy. So specifically like Parallel Lines and San Fran and some of the portable ones at the time as well.
They'll smell cop and come looking for me. Not if I can set you
He really
up with
looks
a new life.
I never remember his name. He really looks like the Metal Terminator actor in that shot there.
Robert Patrick?
Yeah,
sounds right.
Yeah. He was in Die Hard 2, looking really young.
He's about to whip his dick out? Darn!
He was just going to whip his dick out.
It's all good, though. Mission complete.
Yeah.
This was the car that he crashed, by the way. It had a fabulous explosion in the cutscene.
Oh, yeah. Attention to detail. Okay,
And let's just take it. It's fine. It's all good, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Despite the explosions, it's A-okay. So we can access the map here. It'll tell us where missions are. I want to get into a race, because I know street racing is a part of this game.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I'm going the right way here.
I did quickly check to see if the GBA version had cheat codes, and it seems to be the one version that doesn't. Or if it does, just no one's documented it.
Oh my god. I'm looking at the mini-map. This is a big world!
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due. Unfortunately, that means I'm going the wrong way. I can't.
This is about how Driver was, though. Again, I think the console version is even worse with the map stuff.
Well, I guess I'm heading to the blue dot now. You know what my least favorite part of like games like Grand Theft Auto and
yeah, but finish that and then I have a request.
It's the driving between missions and stuff. I wish all this shit was just menu, was just like skip to this part. I'm fine driving in a mission, but just having to cover space between things is not my bag.
I can see that. At least with Driver, like the driving was meant to be the pull, so just giving you more opportunities to drive was a plus. Okay, so
we're doing a checkpoint mission now, by the way.
So Slime Generator, I forget if GTA had swimming by now.
San Andreas would have had
it. It did, yes. Yeah, but they could confirm Driver 3 for the GBA had it, which I want to see that. Because I don't think I've seen the swimming in in this version. I do distinctly remember that the console version, which I think might have come out like just before San Andreas, dared to make fun of GTA. Because there was like a rivalry at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking like Tanner can't swim. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Tommy, the pro tag from Vice City. There's like a caricature of him where he's got those inflatables
sorry.
on him.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I get it because they'd been taking pot shots at each other, but for that game to be like, haha, GTA, haha.
Yeah, the only one I remember of those pot shots was in which one was it? Where they specifically called out, like, they did a parody name of the studio. I don't want to.
Oh,
it might not
that
have been
is-
San Andreas. It might have been 4.
Well, San Andreas,
was
there's a
San
bit
Andreas?
where you break into Mad Dog's crib.
Yeah.
There's 2
And-
guys playing video game.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
San
and-
Andreas? Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy straight up says, Tanner, you suck ass. And yeah, he calls them like refractions. And straight up comments
Fractions.
like,
That's it.
yeah. And he's like,
Oh,
what did they...
this car is a different mission. I thought this was the checkpoint. Well, I'm fucked. There's just no way I'm making it to the last checkpoint here.
Yeah. Chef Shello got the line, which is, "Damn it, refractions! How could you fuck this up?"
Yep.
Ooh, I did it.
Did
I
it.
actually managed it.
Hell yeah.
Now go for a swim.
You are the wheel man.
A celebratory swim.
No, wait, Vin Diesel's the wheel
Not.
man.
not. Now cars don't swim.
Yeah, not quite. Only in Crazy Taxi do cars swim.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Now
Great.
go to those buildings in the background.
All right. I
again-
knew immediately to fast forward this.
Yep.
Oh, hey,
Oh, look.
look at that.
Oh,
Oh, you found the secret way to win the game. You get the boat.
I found one of the 16 ingots that the gator has stashed away.
We've unlocked the real plot now.
oh, the Gators.
Wasn't expecting that to happen, but
Again,
cool.
I just
is
love-
is there just a person there? Can you talk to them?
No, that's ammo.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just have to say, it's just amazing. The VD devs, they went for it. Like, they could have scaled this down so much, and they're still like, yeah, we're just gonna put the swimming in.
Big ass map.
now I guess you could see the island from the map. So this wasn't like we just randomly. Like, it's a good thing we swam.
I mean,
in
I
that
randomly
direction.
did it because
Yeah.
I just picked a random direction to swim
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, but I
uh,
wouldn't be surprised if, like, a game like this where the water, you can only go like a couple of feet out.
Mhm.
I was expecting it to go that far.
Like, my joke answer was
Yeah.
like a shark was gonna come up and kill you or something.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it was gonna
yeah.
like crisis this thing.
Yeah.
I think that's going to do it for Driv
Yeah.
3er
Can you-
on GBA.
Can you
Impressive.
quickly
Oh,
go to the menu? I just want to see the credits because from what I remember,
well, let me save my game so it
yeah.
remembers what I've done. Don't remove the game pack. Dude, did they need to say that on a GBA game? Doesn't removing the game pack kind of just...
yeah, but you know,
Don't rip that game out right now. I
It
know you
means
want to
that-
play Mario,
yeah,
but
it means that no one can claim
wait,
they
what?
didn't warn you.
Why is the 3 in the wrong place?
Yeah, they messed up.
Alistair Brimble.
Alistair Brimble.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Cayman's
that was
image
probably-
compression. Thank him for it.
And
Okay, what
that's
are we
it.
looking for?
That was the devs. That was 4 people.
Oh,
We were
yeah,
publishing-
you're right. Yeah, okay. Good point. Yeah, small team, but focused team. A competent team put together a competent game. A game that did not deserve a competent handheld
No.
version, but they got it anyway.
Yeah. But it's a shame because only Nintendo Power reviewed it, so it's got a lower score, which I don't think it deserves.
Yeah. Well, interesting at the very least. Probably too good for this show, surprisingly. One day we will play Driv 3er, the console, the proper console version. We have to. It's just, there's such a wild story around it. And the final product is, well, it is what it is. That's as much as we can say about it for right now, but let that be a small sampling, a bit of a taste of things to come.
Oh yeah, and we didn't look at it because it is just decent. VD Dev also previously made the driver. No, I did mention that. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Well, our next game is another one of them. They're driving games from a different franchise, a different console to handheld.
Oh.
It is Big Mutha Truckers, which I apparently have the European cover for here. Whoops. Well, I can tell you that we're playing the NTSC version of this cartridge. This is a November 1st, or just generally November. Whenever I see a 1st of the month for the release date in the Launchbox database, I just assume that it's not actually that given day. So a November 2005 release nonetheless.
Tuesdays fall on the 1st sometimes.
And this is developed by Raylight Studios, again, and published by Destination Software, again. Johnny, I know you're a fan of the Trucker games.
Oh, yeah. Heck,
So-
I've played I have some experience with the console version of this one.
So that'll be perfect then. I'm going to put you behind the wheel again of this 18-wheeler. Let's get it launched up.
Try and remember, was it Eurotechnics that made the console version?
Utechnics, you mean?
Yeah.
Possibly. I wouldn't put it past them.
Wasn't the console game, or wasn't the gimmick of this game that it was kind of weirdly like a business simulator thing?
All right, well,
Bobby Sue Jackson. Oh,
Here
you
we
go
go.
ahead. You do it.
yeah, Barbara Sue Jackson, Cletus Jackson, Earl Jackson, Ralcus Jackson. They are all
And
related.
that's it.
Yeah. I want to say the console version did have one or two more family members.
Sorry, I shouldn't have spoken over the true
The authentic
Southerner
pronunciation,
Yeah.
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 Alright, we'll check out Barbie Sue. Just check the options quick. Yep. Listen here, you kids. I'm getting old, so I'm gonna let one of you four kids have my business. But you gotta work for it. You've got 60 days to make as many bucks as you can. You can start by selling that load you got on there now and buy more. You can buy as cheap as you can, and you can sell to get as much as you can. Whatever you can bring me the most monies, it's the whole business. So I know what's happening, and you come back to see your old mama.
And you knock
And you
first.
knock- Yeah. Now,
Get out
outta
of here, stalker. Get out of here, trucker.
let's
Ego
talk to
Angel
Mom.
says, would you believe there's this is a series, that there's like 4
Yeah.
entries in this? Yeah, I believe it.
I didn't know there was 4. I knew there was 2, not including ports.
Why are you playing this? Just skip.
Okay. She might have said something new. Okay. So. No, we don't want to do that. Oh yeah, we want to go done. Okay,
Hey,
so
K4 Boom says they're all related. Oh no. So there's a thing called siblings. You see, I have someone who I know who has my last name, and that's because my parents did the thing they did for me. They did that twice, actually.
no.
Well, you have
I
a
can't
license.
figure
That's
out-
good.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to shift gears because that is important.
Well, you changed the music, which is
Good. No, each gear has its own theme.
Okay, it's not select. That's what select is.
this is impressive.
Oh, there we go.
It'd be more impressive if it ran at more than a single-digit frame rate.
Oh yeah, you actually get money for crashing.
Hell yeah, crashing that school
this out.
bus. Give those children something to talk about. Get
Yeah.
paid.
Yeah, so to describe this, the console version of this is it's basically the Sega arcade game 18-wheeler, but with like a full trading career. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get to the map screen, but you actually do have to look at the different cities and get tips about, oh, this is what's selling high right now, this is what's selling low, and things like that, and then pick your destinations.
Double dang damage.
Yeah.
Double dang all damage.
Sharky,
And
we really
it's,
shouldn't do the accent because, you know, it'll offend Johnny here, who is the authentic Southerner. among us.
Okay, I want to say the frame rate is a little better than Street Racing Syndicate, though.
Yeah, possibly. Because they simplified the
Yeah.
road, for one thing. I don't mind the way the way they've done this, where it's like the alternating colors, so it's not just a
I think this makes the frame rate worse though. If I do
zooming
this.
out.
Yeah.
Ooh, there he goes! He's sinking into the earth below.
Yeah, if I remember right, there's like a mini GAN system, like in certain areas. So that's why there's so many bikers, because I pissed them off.
I mean, this might not be good, but I'm enjoying it. I can say that much right out the gate.
Yeah.
What was that Sega 18-wheeler game?
Yeah.
I think it was just called 18-wheel. Or
I believe it's just called
18-wheeler Pro American Trucker is the full name. And this is basically that like turned into like a full career. Even more so than the sequel, King of Route 66, which does have like a career mode in the console version. But that one's like pretty much just time attack.
Yeah, this has more going on, even in this GBA version, which is, you know. Oh, now we got some jams.
Yeah. The console version actually has like full-on like Grand Theft Auto level of like custom radios, but I think it's all custom music. It's not licensed. But it's interesting they tried to emulate that
as best they could, given the constraints on hand.
Like for a game that is called Big Mutha Truckers, I've always been surprised by how much there is in this game. Like how much they were going for something.
Oh, the frame rate here is... That's not straight enough. Right. You need to straighten it out.
Oh, yep, it's straight enough now.
See, when I play like Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator, when I get to the place, I always just hit that target for me button. Don't give a shit. I don't need the bonus.
So so here you go. This is where you look at your stock and go, okay, what's up, down in the prices, things like that. But there's even more than that.
Yeah, Video Game King says you're losing so much money failing to park. That's true. Like, you take a couple extra seconds to park, and you're losing thousands of dollars on this transaction.
By the second.
And you have permanent upgrade system. But the thing I wanted to show, and this is crazy they went to this detail. Capital City is getting real desperate for cell phones. So yeah, you come to the bars and you get rumors about what this going on with the stock.
Waldo J. Pickle.
So it's Elite Dangerous.
And you can...
this is like a loan shark, basically. That guy.
Yeah, I think there's some other stuff you can do. Like, there's different people you can hire in the different cities. And yeah, you could also just play slots if you want.
Matching Meow is saying, did anyone mention that the developers of Big Mutha Truckers were the developers of Ride to Hell? We did mention Technics, yes.
Yeah. Personally, I think Big Mutha Truckers is a better game. That's just me, though.
It might be.
All right,
do another mission in this.
Yeah, let me sell my load. Deals and hogs. There we go. And
what is
they explain it
with his hands here.
They explained it a bit better. So I don't remember if the arrow is supposed to be showing the price has gone up or down, or if they're just saying don't buy it.
I mean, do you want to buy low and sell high, or I mean, that's absolutely what you want to do is buy low, sell high, but they're not necessarily indicating whether it's cheap right now or expensive.
They do communicate that better in the console one.
I would imagine that the up arrows mean like the prices are higher here. Like prices are up.
But you see green and you see like the fact that the one is lit up and the other isn't, and you're like, well, I want to buy the one that's lit up in green. That's good. Green for good.
I bet this is a thing where the manual would just say like, this is what it is.
Mm-hmm. So then you pick which place you want to take it to, and you have to pay attention to. Oh, where should we go?
Go to Smoochville.
Oh no, that's where I am. I'm already in Smoochville.
Oh, just stay here then.
Go Skeeter's Creek. That's where we started.
Just pick one.
Yeah, just pick one.
We'll check out the Salt Sea.
Oh, drawing in those walls in the distance. A seamless effect.
So yeah, this is
Listen,
definitely
if you want any more stuff on screen, you have to plug in another GBA into this one.
So yeah, like impressive, but I don't know why this was made outside of just proving to someone they could.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Despite the performance, and that it is a big consideration to make, this seems like we played SRS, which had like all the tuning systems in, which was impressive. But the objectives and mechanics and the fact that they really just the fact they reward you for crashing into stuff, that's enough to say that this game is good for me. Just the fact that you can crash into people and it's just like, well done. Have fun. The fact that you can just plow through shit here because you are an 18-wheeler and everything else on the road is nothing compared to you, that you're not penalized for crashing. That's all I need to see to be like, this game's good, actually.
Yeah. No, I do really recommend it. Just because it's not even a different game. It's the console version is just this game, just all everything working as it probably should.
You're also talking about performance. This is still performing better than a lot of the 3D games we've done.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, you're not wrong.
The frame rate only got really bad in the parking bit for some reason.
Yes.
It's because of the arrows, because they did a textured, I don't know how to articulate it, but it was specifically because of those arrows, like that graphic for where you're meant to park.
I'm actually reminded of when we were doing Shadow Man on PS1, like very briefly, and like the frame rate got way worse in like a narrow corridor, and like the walls were closer in on us. For some reason, that just killed the frame rate. It kind of reminded me of that. Like as you were pulling into this thing where the walls are around you, all of a sudden the frame rate just tanks.
Well, here's one way to get your frames back, is just to go into first person view.
Yeah.
Just bump
They have no frame of reference for how big your truck is behind you.
Well, it's okay because there's no penalty for crashing into stuff. So
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Yeah,
it does do a little bit of damage. Oh yeah, change gear. Yeah.
Is there an option for automatic, or do you have to change gear?
I believe you have to, but it's literally just
high, low, high, low.
Yeah.
Ooh, well, goodbye.
Yeah, for a game like this, which is really contingent on this, like, I think it's appropriate to have like force manual in this, especially with like the reverse system. What does the B button do? If A is accelerate, what does B do? Is it just brake?
Yeah, that is But they even did a decent job of kind of emulating how the main console version feels, which is very like the trucks have weight, but it's still very arcadey. Hence why you can hear me drift a bit.
Are there like, Johnny? You play a lot of the truck simulator games. Are there, if there are any mods out there for like arcade racer physics?
Oh, I wish I knew. Yeah, I haven't found anything.
I would love like a burnout mod for American Truck Simulator.
Failed.
Maybe I should have done that in that camera angle.
What do they want you to do there beyond just
to see the different bar? But yeah, that's basically it.
Well, let's see Larry, then we're gonna close out of this.
Skiers Creek is getting real desperate for coal. But they have a lot more dialogue and personality in the console one. I think they're fully voiced, if I remember right.
Wouldn't shock me, wouldn't surprise me. The benefits of having a console. They could have snuck a couple sampled clips into this, but ultimately, I'm inclined to say this one's okay.
Yeah.
Which means it's time to speedily move away from it, which means it's time to close it out, unfortunately. But that was Big Mutha Truckers on the GBA. And it was in 3D. And so will our next game be, which is, you know it, you love it. We featured on the show, I think, like 2 or 3 times already before, but I will never pass up an excuse to play Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball Maxed for the Game Boy Advance. This is a January 24th, 2006 release, developed by WXP, published by Activision. Charky? They may have stepped away for a moment, but I was gonna give them the game to play.
Yeah, tactical pullout. Smart.
I'll get it launched in
If
the
I'm
meantime.
not here, I can't play it.
well, you've given away the game now.
Yeah. You said you would never give up an opportunity to play. But all right, I'll play.
I won't lie, this music's great.
That's also way lower in the mix than anything we've played up to this point. Yeah, so what you want to do... No. You gotta leave them on.
I was just seeing what was there.
No, that's fair, that's fair.
Game.
Yeah, do a new game.
Oh, that menu music's great, and then the pre-menu music, and then you get Silent Hill shit. It's
I was about to
amazing.
say, yeah, we're in the other hospital. All right, I'm gonna be Keely Watson.
Definitely want to do tournament mode. Free play is just like 1v1 matches
Okay.
on various difficulties.
Yeah, gotta go rookie. And let's save that progress.
Now, M. Sparker says, for some reason, paintball games all seem to be especially bad.
Well, we did a
Apparently-
paintball night, and there's some good ones in
Yes.
there.
And reportedly the Xbox exclusive ones that this is based on were really popular at the time.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I want you
What
to
is
figure
it?
out the controls.
Yeah, what is L doing? Is that like just a dodge?
It's a lean, yeah. So you can lean from behind cover, basically, is how you're meant to play this. But I've always played this game just by running up to people straight up and blasting them in the face.
Trying to. What does that button do?
The audio quality is shockingly really good in this.
Well, there's not
Nice.
much to this game, so you can cram a bunch of sampled audio
Yeah.
samples in.
So what button is to do that quick time event? Is
A
it-
button, I believe. You need to hit it in the center to pretend like you didn't get hit. I think if you press L and R, you can
Yeah.
crouch.
Clean, play on. You lose.
I have to look it up again, but it was either this or the sequel. The Xbox One was like in the top 10 most played Xbox Live games at some point.
No, L and R is not crouch because R is shoot.
Oh, R is shoot. Okay. So L is like your lean mode then, or is it switch
Is it-
position?
Is
B
it leaning down? Like you press down
Nope.
and lean to crouch?
Nope.
Select?
Nope. A. Okay, wait.
Oh yeah, you crouch now. Are you?
I don't know
Yeah.
how to get out of this though.
You win.
Oh, cool.
your stance graphic is such a blob, it's hard to tell what it's trying to represent.
Spax Pass 321 says that they love the paintball gun is just a half of the screen, basically.
Yeah.
That's why you have to make it see-through.
Oh, okay, I understand. You hold A, and then if you press down while
Up and
holding
down.
A,
Yeah. Remember, there's travel time on these paintballs. It's not like a bullet. It's not instantaneous. You have to lead your shots. And also, there's like barely any distance on them. And I don't think there's any mechanics for like upgrading your weapons or anything.
Play on. Your team's a bunch of
I definitely hit the thing on there.
You
You
are
were
unable
unable
to. move up.
to be about that.
Now you've learned the systems.
Yes.
Just run
God,
right up
I
to them and
just-
shoot them. Yeah.
I just wish there was a strafe.
Your team won.
I love this menu music, I gotta say.
The tone
This like ambient drone.
Yeah, it's like so positive, high energy, and then just bleakness. It's like your adrenaline runs off, and you realize
yeah, like the level itself is da 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 da, da, and you hear it's like whoom, whoom, whoom.
Remember, paintball is serious business. This ain't a fucking game.
Please don't remove your fucking not a game pack while saving.
Your team won.
I love that cheating is an explicit mechanic that you have to interact
I
with.
think it's supposed to be dodging, but it's funnier to imagine.
Okay.
It's just you being nuh-uh. Magic Meow says the adrenaline wears off and you realize you killed a man. This
Whoa.
fucking song. You want to crouch is what you want to do.
Play on. Your team's a bunch of lumps.
I almost feel like I'm about to fight a member of Dead Cell.
Yeah.
This is a present from me to you.
Thank you for the cheer. Thank you for the good lucks. I see there's GLs in those emotes there. Slime Dinner says that their headcanon for this game is that the menu music wasn't meant to be there, and instead some weird sacrifice the devs had to make to get this to run.
Yeah.
Well, I choose to believe that. It's...
Can't disprove it.
Clean. Play on. Bounce. Play on. Bounce. Play on. Clean. Play on. Your team won.
He missed at that close range.
Okay, so you're not dodging them. They're bouncing off of you, so you're just timing it to make your body the most rubber.
Yeah. You're tensing up all your muscles so that they bounce off.
Now, do you prefer to shoot left-handed or right-handed? That's the big question here.
Does that make any difference in terms of like
No.
how your bullets will hit wall? Okay, I didn't think so.
It's just for better perception around corners.
How's it feel to be
Which
maxed?
doesn't really matter because it's transparent.
Hold on, I want to hear that voice line again.
How does it feel to be maxed?
How does it feel to be maxed? Well, Truckee, answer the man. How's it feel to be maxed?
Here
Here we go. Power-ups, balls.
Oh, I think we're gonna find out.
whoa.
Okay, that's definitely cheating. They surely do not allow you to do that in an actual tournament.
Your team won.
Why is this tournament a 1-on-2?
Yeah, this becomes unfair at a certain point, but hey.
But I get the balls, so. I'm sure I've said it on stream before, but man, I used to really like the balls root beer. I miss that.
Clean. Play on. Later, sucker.
Later, sucker!
They also give you a lot of ammo, I'm realizing.
Yeah, too much.
Where the fuck did he go?
Yeah, sometimes they kind of get hidden and obscured by the... Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What?
it was like, I can see through him. That's the problem.
That's cheating, surely. Octo camo.
Well, if you can drink balls, they can become incorporeal. It's a fair trade, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Get in the dead box. You win.
So I have just a not related to anything random thought I just want to get out there. Because I just saw a video. We're just playing the same thing over and over again at this point.
Yeah,
So-
I'll give you another round.
Yeah. So I was watching this video on a talking about a mahjong anime. Not anime, I'm sorry, a mahjong manga. And
Clean.
it was talking about how there was an arc that took place, that the entire arc was just one set.
Let me get a round in, by the way. I want to...
Sure, go on. Anyway, it was like the entire arc was like 6 matches, one guy against another guy in mahjong. And you know how manga can be, how it can like draw out a fight scene or a battle for a long period of time. How long do you think that arc was, if you had to guess? This arc of 2 people playing high stakes mahjong.
Bounce. Play on. Clean. Play on. Your
Like,
team's a
how many months do you think that went on for, if you had to guess?
bounce. Play on. Your team's a
No guesses?
I was... For whatever reason, the game was...
You win.
I forgot to crouch is what happened. I cheated. I was a dirty, rotten cheater. People are saying 12 chapters, 20 years, 10
4
years.
years. 20 years.
Takes them a
It
while
was
to
a
think about their
mahjong
moves.
match that went on for 20 years in the story. It is 75% of the entire manga. Is this one match between 2 guys?
Clean. Play on.
Yeah, Mr. Taco had the name right, Akagi.
Huh.
Oh yeah, that's the predecessor to Kaiji.
Bounce. Play on. Your team's a bunch of lumps.
Well, I'm sick of
I
getting
just-
made fun of by
I
Greg
love the
Hastings
idea-
here.
I love the idea of it though, like if you were someone back in the day reading that manga, like after several years, as it dawns on you realizing like, this is just the whole thing from now on, isn't it?
By the way, no
It's
multiplayer
just
in this
this.
game. This game cries out for multiplayer, but it is just going through the tournament, getting the 3 trophies, and that's the whole game. So that's Craig Hastings Tournament Paintball Max. One of these days, we just need to sit down, finish this fucking game on stream, and then never have to play it again. But then we won't have an excuse to ever play it again. That's going to be sad. So they're very content light there. Do better, Greg Hastings and Keely Watson. Or don't, because I still love that game for whatever it's worth. You ready to do some more driving? The last driving game in this segment?
Oh, yeah.
ATV Thunder Ridge Riders. This is a September 5th, 2006 release, developed by Sky River Studios, published by, of course, Destination Software, or by Zoo Publishing in European territories, as I'm gathering from this cover here. We played an ATV game on this segment previously that awed, amazed.
Oh, yeah.
Skyworks is a registered trademark. Is there an artifact above the W and the O in this graphic?
Yes.
Impressive.
Whoa.
Sick. If we don't get copyright struck for this. Do you think this is licensed music? Is this actually, like, crushed licensed music?
I don't think so. I think this is sound library music.
The options are always just music and sound. I think that's a career. Track
like you
1. Really building up the lore of this universe, the tracks, the circuits on offer.
Oh, first person.
Good God.
Yep. So I'm having some flashbacks to the other ATV game we played.
Now, are there... Oh, yeah, money. Man, you know what? Actual racing would be way more interesting if they just had money on the track.
They had to pick up, reach out an arm, and...
Like, imagine, like, F1, right? But there's, like, briefcases of money on the tracks. It's like, yeah, you could take this turn optimally, or you could get that cash.
Go for the cash every time. Did I get the money there? It's hard to tell.
Okay,
Yeah.
are there multiple camera angles?
No, I've been trying every button, and there's
Okay.
strictly in the first-person perspective.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if this... Because it looks very similar. I wonder if this is the same devs as that other ATV game we looked at. Maybe they realized, okay, we can't render the... we can't render your driver and ATV on the screen. We need a safe frame somewhere. Which was probably a smart move, because this looks smoother than that other one, I remember.
Ka-ching. Okay, I heard the ka-ching that time.
All right. Interesting hot-cold radar up top to tell you where the next thing is.
You're getting warmer.
Okay, colder, warmer.
Oh!
Up, you definitely missed.
Biff that one. Well, let me...
I think so, because the compass is pointing you towards...
Oh, okay.
Oh, see that
Whoa.
mountain? You can drive up it.
Yep. Yeah, I had a feeling that the physics simulation wasn't amazing in this. Even on the track, but that just... You big rigs over that one.
The track itself is reminding me. Y'all remember that game Fuel?
Yeah.
Which was just, like, it had two gimmicks. One was just giant map, just ludicrously huge map, and two being post-apocalyptic for some reason.
Yeah.
But that's all I remember about that game. I don't remember the racing even being particularly anything to write home about. I just remember it's like, yeah, the map's big.
It's fine. It's, you know, like, no, not atypical. It is typical of kind of off-road racing in general. I want to say it's still, for like a racing game, it's still one of the biggest maps. Funny
Yeah.
enough, that dev team went on to do support work on the Crew games and Microsoft Flight Sim.
Oh.
So they literally specialize in making huge fucking maps. Apparently.
The Crew, great game. I was just everyone go out and play it. Specifically the first one. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no, I would be skipping a checkpoint if I did that. Can you read the question from Spax Pass, by the way?
Oh, there it is. What is this total resolution? It looks like worse than 144p.
See, what they're doing is, if you take a look at the pixels here, because this is, I think, a voxel-based environment, or the illusion of one.
Yeah.
But the pixels are all in triplicate horizontally, I believe. So, and I think doubled up vertically. So it is operating at because the GBA's resolution was what, like 240 by 160, I think, like in terms of like actual like pixels. And so if you're cutting those pixels like or dividing them up into thirds and seconds, yeah, this would certainly be sub 144p. But then again, so was the default GBA. So.
Yeah. 240 by 160. Yeah, that's exactly it.
You know, if you want to eke out every bit of performance, you minimize the number of pixels updating on the screen. And a way to do that is to have low color depth so that everything kind of blends into each other, and to duplicate pixels, make them doubly tall or wide or what have you. All right, we qualified. Up, and we have upgrades. And look at that password. Hell of a password. Wait, no. I don't want to...
No?
Turbo. No,
No.
Do you have to use the arrows? Yeah.
Oh, no, you have to use left and right.
I said the D-pad. Oh, wait, or you mean left and right bumper?
No, left and right on the arrows, then you confirm your upgrade.
Okay.
I'm hoping that these
like
upgrades are persistent in some sort of way.
I feel like Dexter that's his name, right?
Dexter Jester?
That's
the guy named Dexter Jester. Who the fuck are you talking about?
Dexter Baxter?
The
Oh, you mean the Offspring guy?
Yes. Yeah. That is roughly his name. I've got it wrong, but it's not far off.
It's Dexter Holland, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Fair enough. I feel like his
fucked up.
vocals would fit this instrumental.
Thank God for the cold and warm system, because I completely went the wrong way, just assuming that I was like following some sort of normal track here. This will give us a chance to see the other racers as we drive the tops of these mountains.
There you go. Yep, Dexter Holland has a PhD, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's in molecular biology, I think.
This seems better. I want to say this is the same dev team as the previous ATV one we looked at, and it seems a little better. But the whole point of like an off-road game is to simulate the uneven ground and the slopes and jumps.
I don't think you can crash in this game.
Yeah, this game doesn't simulate any of that. You go to a mountain and you just go up at the same speed. Like, it's fine.
Okay, I just wanted to look up, to double check myself. So Dexter is not his real name. You know where he got the name Dexter? He was called Poindexter. That was his nickname, was Dexter, because he was a fucking nerd.
Wow, you really can just like fuck up, and there's really barely any penalty for it, because these CPU do not know how to race.
Yeah.
They are all very afraid right now.
Yeah, they're just there to have fun. And yeah, I was, as Video Game King points out, I was thinking of the diner guy from Attack of the Clones.
I just gotta find there's a way to crash any sort of way. No, you just straight up.
Yeah, it's Big Rigs tech, straight up. You just...
It's all it is. I mean, of course it is, but you're just moving a camera across a plane, and it's just adjusting the height value based on the terrain. It doesn't care if there's a mountain. You're just going to go up it.
Yeah, it's just like free roam mode in this game.
You're playing as a free cam with a decal in front of it.
And yeah, like if you're not simulating any of that uneven ground stuff, like what's the point?
Yeah, there's no, like, the camera should be angling
How
left and
far-
right as you're, like, on uneven surfaces, right?
Yeah.
How far can you go out?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Let's really
Maybe it's,
find
like,
out.
Maybe it's procedurally generated.
No, it's probably like the other ATV game, and the world loops at a certain point. It probably, like, wraps
okay.
around. If we
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
going forward in this direction, we would eventually get back on the track.
I don't know, maybe it's like Tribes, where it's just like an indeterminate amount of space outwards. Like, you'll never actually find the end.
Mm-hmm. I see Chef Chelio mentioning they recently brought SSX3 for the Xbox Day. Hey, check it out, that Game Boy Advance version, or check
Oh,
out
yeah,
our
I played in a
stream
previous
where we-
episode of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying this was better in the other ATV game. I'm gonna say it's worse because you can't crash or do anything. You can't really interact with the world. At least the other game, they put mines on the track, so those would blow up, and you could watch your guy fly off his quad, so that was fun. But this is just
Yeah.
completely devoid.
This, like, especially when
Yeah,
you do it like this, when you're just fast forwarding,
And I think I'm
like, you
seeing
can
where the loop
feel
is.
the artificiality of what this is as you're doing this.
Yeah, I think it loops like really quickly, actually.
It might be because it looks like we have been.
Oh, what year is it?
You went too fast.
Yeah. It's not like those Trackmania courses where for some reason you could just drive for miles outside the courses.
Is there multiplayer in this? No, why would there be? I think that's gonna do it for ATV Thunder Ridge. Unless there's I almost want to see what does the last track in this game look like. Do they change the environments at any point?
Oh no, I'm
Well,
sure
I mean,
they don't.
what does it matter? They all drive.
Well,
they drive like flat parking lots.
Maybe you're
But
not giving us a fair shot.
I think Cass is wondering, is there anything other than literally just desert?
Yeah. Oh, they might visually look a little different. Yeah.
Hey, what is with these fucking symbols here for instead of the vowels they have? Why not just make these
Okay,
vowels?
I'm guessing it's things that could be confused for other things, but
Yes.
E is pretty unique.
Yeah. We've seen that with a couple of these games where it's
Like-
that. No, I remember it. It's that, and so cuss words can't be spelled out.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right,
Okay, you got everything?
maxed out. Track 7.
It's gonna be a desert. Yep.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, I think it's just the layouts that change.
This is so fucking dire. Even if like you're an ATV head,
Yeah.
like why not just go out and ride your actual ATV?
Well, no, I think if you're an ATV head, this game would piss you off more than if you knew nothing.
I don't even know how to use the turbo. I would love to know.
I wonder if it's even... It might just be like turbo in the literal car sense, where it just affects the acceleration.
Because it doesn't look like L and R do anything here. This game is literally
Yeah,
just hold A to go forward, E to reverse, left and
Wait.
right.
I
How
agree
quickly
with-
did you stop in reverse there? It's...
Like I said, you're controlling a free cam. That's it.
Yeah, you immediately stop.
This is pathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to do it for ATV Thunder Ridge Riders. We move ever along. And this next game is the rare sports game that we cover here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. But I know this one has
Diddy Kong Soccer,
close.
the rare sports game.
It is FIFA 07 Soccer. This one brought to us October 3rd, 2006. Developed by Electronic Arts Canada and published by Electronic Arts. Johnny,
Interesting. No. What are you asking me about?
well, I want you to call this game while Charky plays it.
Yeah. I'll try my best.
Now, what? Johnny doesn't know what soccer is. They
That's
don't
right.
have that over there. It's called football. You're gonna confuse them.
His delicate British sensibilities. What do these flags correspond to? I'll never know. There was a few of these FIFA games on the GBA. This was the lowest rated of them, but I think they all look pretty identical to me. And they
Yeah.
all operated in 3D, but this is the lowest rated one, so hence why it shows up in the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I already see people filing out when they see a football game going.
It's interesting it's EA Canada though, because they were the devs on the main console games.
Multiplayer.
Moin menu.
My FIFA 7.
Oh, is this licensed music?
Yeah. Just in case, I'll talk over beginner's default. Good, I'll go for it. Injuries. Can I have more? No?
Yes, please.
Half length, extra time, that wind. Nah, whatever. I'll leave it on defaults.
Yeah. If I've had like soccer game demos as a kid, injuries was how I would play. As in
Control
just- that was
style, FIFA, or some other game.
FIFA or Madden. Arcade.
Oh, if only.
Through ball. You know what? I'll fuck around and figure it out because I'm not gonna be good at this anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither am I.
What's my favorite team?
Oh yeah, what is your favorite team?
Fucking
All right.
Arsenal.
All right, I'll give this to you, Johnny. What is your favorite team?
Who's your club?
Oh, the LA Lakers.
Would they be under rest of the world? Actually, United States has to be on here, right?
They might be.
What is the
Oh,
United
well,
States?
no, because these are club teams. I don't think they had a club team at the time.
Well, okay. just in
Chicago Fire.
general-
Chicago Fire.
Yeah, MLS. Yeah. Colorado, Columbus.
Oh wow, okay, no, there's
Houston.
way more teams than I
Well, the
realized.
Los Angeles Galaxy.
I don't think.
There we go.
Are these real teams? Oh, what? Red Bull. New York Red
Bull,
Bulls.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Stream Snacker Rep. Okay. Trophy room. Nah.
All right. Kickoff is
Just
probably
see-
the quick play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had to hazard a guess.
Let's go with kickoff just to get into it because I have a feeling
Yeah.
that career might be a lot of management shit that I wouldn't even be able to parse.
Yeah.
Away team. Can I just? Well, okay. We'll go against. Where is
Find,
rest of the world? Rest of the world. And we're going up against
The Orlando,
the Orlando
Pirates.
Pirates. Are not part of MLS, I guess. They're just part of rest of the world.
I wonder if that's a defunct.
Wait, the band?
Yep.
We're going up against the band. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna go on the pitch. Go.
Is it
Select
no,
kit.
we already
Select
did that.
kit. That's gonna be your outfits, I reckon.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
You got to be completely gray or red and black.
Ugh,
Make him Charlie
hideous. Okay.
Well, I'm sure there's stripes on it, but do what you can.
All right. I'm not even gonna bother with team management. Situation creator. I'm gonna go in here. I'm creating a situation, and no one's gonna like it.
It's a situation creator because that doesn't look like an A to me.
Yeah, no, their A's look like O's.
Oh, so you can
Oh,
like
you
start
can
the game
just
off
set-
like
yeah.
halfway through or what have you.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
That's
That's
a
lot of
nice
stuff.
feature at the very least.
Okay.
That's if you're attacking.
I'm just gonna feel it out.
That was supposed to be them shaking hands at the start.
Which one's my goal?
I think to the right.
To the right.
No,
Okay.
to the left.
Okay, let me figure out. Okay, they seem to want to bring the ball over to the left.
Yeah, so
I
that's
should
a
bring it
good
over to the right.
indicator. Yeah. Interception.
That's how I play real. That's how I play actual sports. Is like, hey, where do you guys want the ball to go? Okay, I should probably
All right, I've been
bear
oriented.
that in mind.
Well, now they're going the other way. Oh,
Oh, no,
No,
okay.
they're trying to get around me. Come here, you. Thank you. Oh no. Okay, no, wait.
No, okay.
I was right.
Yeah, you want to go left.
Okay.
If you want to
So-
own goal,
So the reason I could, okay, everyone talks about the dreaded offside rule and how complicated it is, and admittedly, when you actually get it explained properly, it's not that complicated. It's quite similar to like the basketball rule about passing to the backcourt. All it is that when you're attacking, you cannot pass the ball past the last defender on their team. There always has to be a defender in front of you if you're passing. That's pretty much all it is. So that's how you can tell you needed to go that
Oh,
way
come
because
on.
none of your team were like up against the goal because they wouldn't be allowed to do anything there.
Hey.
Also,
Really?
this is a pretty accurate depiction of what watching actual soccer's like, by the way.
Yeah, fucking boring.
Fucking boring.
You more of a
How is this
cricket man?
Biggest sport in the world.
The most English sport I got into watching legitimately was snooker. I actually did watch a lot of snooker on the TV. But no, I got into basketball and I got Americanized.
Yeah, no, basketball rules.
It's like, oh well, the shot clock. That's a good idea.
Hey, I'm
Someone
sorry.
should-
I meant for it to go into the to the goal there. Could you? I'm trying to call
you
it
let
the
me
goal.
try
I
it
was
this-
like, can you like? Let me try that again. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here.
Video Game King asking any thoughts on cricket? Yeah, Ash's Cricket 2013. That's about my some of my experience with it.
Oh, bloody
This is
ripper.
like the most boring version of Blitzball.
Now it would be awesome if you could score a goal. I know that's asking
that's
a lot,
offside.
but
All right.
because you get these replays, and you can manipulate the camera and do some fun stuff.
Okay, rewind me so I don't offside, and we can try that.
Okay, that's fair. It's a fair request.
Okay. I kicked it so hard it went right through the net.
That's the thing with a lot of soccer games is that if you like hold the shoot button down, you kick so hard that the ball goes right up in the air. I don't know why they work that way. That's just how all soccer games work.
If you can own goal, that'll count too. I think I will accept an
What
own
if
goal.
What if they get a goal on me? Too bad we'll never find out about that.
I'd say visually it doesn't look bad, but I would have probably had a more zoomed out view.
It's pretty
Hey, could you
zoomed
put
out
that in
as
the
it
goal,
is.
please? Thank you.
This is pretty like wide as it is, but you want it even wider, even more zoomed out.
Yes. I can also say, yeah. Hey,
Because if you were
Save
like
your
trying to play
goalie
this,
hole.
if you were trying to play this really seriously, you would probably be playing almost entirely off the mini map at this view. But yeah, I was never very good at these soccer games when they were on my PS1 demo disc, so I would
Like-
just go for tackles to try and interest as many players as possible.
Yep. That's what I was about to say because my friends were really into these games, and every time I played it, I just tried to get as many red cards as possible.
Hey,
Valid
a good
strategy,
strat,
if you ask me.
a really good strat is to tackle the goalkeeper and injure them.
Hey,
Yo!
Oh!
All right, now
Wait,
press
how do I
buttons
control
here.
I am not doing anything.
There's supposed to be a way. Hold on. What the fuck?
gotta be.
Oh, here we
wait.
go. I found it.
found it.
Eh. Oh wow, that is awesome.
Okay, you need to. Okay.
God, someone at Electronic Arts must have mandated this is a console feature. It has to be in the GBA version as well.
This was the part where I was styling on him and I was trying to freak him out. It's like,
Juke
he's
him,
like, is he
juke
gonna
him.
kick the ball? Is he gonna kick the ball? And it's like,
Yeah.
Get inside the net.
You
I
can
think
tell
fun stuff
the-
happens when you're inside the net here. If you rotate the camera around.
Oh, that's
It's
cute how
He's
how they-
escaping.
static.
it's cute how they animate the texture to make it look like the net being hit.
You know, this is the angle you want to play. This is the distance you want to play at right here, right?
Ah, hell yeah.
You want 2 pixels per character. And you know what? I think that'll do it for FIFA Soccer 07.
No, I want an own
think-
goal. I want an own goal, and I want you to celebrate your own goal.
Okay.
Oh, look at that guy. He was in despair in the bottom right corner for a second there.
Come here, you. No, I want to help. Come here. Let me help you.
Look, trust me, okay? You just
Yes,
gotta trust
go
me on this one.
Hey, it's time for drills. Think fast. Oh, I can't do that. He shoots the wrong way, which is to say the
Huh.
right way.
Maybe you're pressing the
Weird.
pass button.
I was not pressing the pass button. I pressed shoot. All right, well, we'll just walk this one in then. There we go.
Oh, you see that ludicrous display?
Is this the
That one
button?
right.
No, I think
No,
it was
no.
select. I think it
Okay.
might be select for this.
Yeah,
Or
let me
start.
try. No, it's not start.
What a
well.
shame. Well, that'll do it for FIFA Soccer.
Yeah.
It's impressive. I mean, you gotta hand it to him. This is impressive.
Yeah.
You're getting pretty full-fat version of FIFA on Game Boy Advance,
Mine
or whatever
now.
that's worth.
My ball.
Give
Okay,
it
he
away.
automatically does it. We
Halftime.
can't be like, listen, we're ending this game in a tie because I hold the ball now. That's actually kind of how like basketball used to work before the shot clock. People realized I can just hold the ball.
No one's stopping me. There ain't no rule that says you can't hold on to the ball forever.
Until there was.
Until a fellow by the name of Airbud went in. That'll do it for FIFA Odd 7. Probably not terrible. It's the worst rated of those, but probably because it was like identical to the previous 2 entries on GBA. They didn't do much to advance it beyond just like changing the roster. But hey, what else do you want out of them? They achieved 3D on the GBA. Where are you supposed to go from there, folks? Which brings us to the last official entry in the GBA in 3D series, chronologically speaking. I realize that we're a little early tonight, so I might pull one out of the archives, one that we missed earlier. But this is one I have been looking forward to showing to the world, as if people don't already know this one, for our penultimate game, or ultimate game, depending on how long this goes on for. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam for the Game Boy Advance, released November 7th, 2006, developed by Visual Impact, published by Activision. This is the Tony Hawk game for the GBA that is in full 3D. The other ones, beginning with THPS2, took on isometric perspective. They had like 3D for the skater, but the environments would be like baked 2D. And this is the time they dared to dream. Tony's face here, he looks terrified to be going downhill. If you take a look here, if you zoom in close on it.
Yeah, which don't blame him.
And
No, I only like going up ramps, not down hills.
it's fucked up that Tony Hawk's favorite levels in the Tony Hawk games are always the downhill levels, and they finally gave in and let him have a downhill game, entire game about downhills, and everyone hated it. From what I recall, the console version, this GBA version, in particular, is the lowest rated of the bunch. Why? I guess we'll find out, won't we? Johnny, it's only fair that you take the reins on this one. That you
Let's see if I remember how to play this one.
I'm expecting copyrighted music in this too, so
I won't lie though, someone who's messed with that PS2 version, I don't think it's that bad. It's like it might not be as good as any mainline one, but for what it's trying to do, I actually thought it was kind of neat.
you just like it because there's a goth girl in it, right?
Can I plead the fifth? Does that work on this channel? Oh, we got some progress.
Yeah, I played a little bit of this one. Well, you gotta start the game. Oh, replay intro story. I guess that'll do us.
Yeah.
Hey, I just traveled around the world to find the most outrageous locations for a new downhill championship. I found some
Name
really
here.
places to race.
Who asked?
I need to round up some of the best racers to compete. You look like you know how to get some speed out of your board.
Yeah, hurry up and go find someone good to do this.
Great. The first race takes place in San Francisco. Time to find some transportation for you.
Well, I have a skateboard. Isn't that transportation enough?
Here we are.
Good point.
Since I gotta take care of some business things here, I'll let you use my private jet so you can fly to all the race locations.
You have a pilot's license, right?
Each track has its own champion who will try to beat you in your race. So pay close attention to any secrets they may give up to you.
Man, Tony Hawk's really stepped shit up since those days of him driving around saying, "Do a kickflip."
All right.
Select your clothes first and foremost.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I picked the female avatar, and if you think I'm rude for picking the bikini, that's all they give you. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to save her skin, so
Baggy
Oh,
brown
we
or
can
baggy
go.
blue?
those
No,
are really ugly.
that one's also
so-
the skin. Whoa, what was that?
Yeah, I'll
That
go for
Wonder
this,
Woman
like-
thing she's
Yep.
got going?
It's been around a
I'll
few
go for Wonder
times.
Woman.
You know what? They should have brought Tony Hawk's like ride and shred to handheld consoles.
These are the stand on top of your GBA.
No, I was gonna say that they would sell like a little periphery that was like a tech deck that you plugged into
Oh, that
your
would be
GBA.
sick though.
Yeah.
Oh, you were joking, but now I want it.
Oh, okay. You're buying. Okay, they said buying stats, but you're just buying a board.
No, but you can increase the stats on a per board basis as well. So you
Oh,
buy the
oh.
board. It's like buying a car,
Oh, it's
and then
weird.
you can
Press
tune the car.
B.
Yeah.
Press B to confirm. Okay.
So you're seeing this the ceiling on the stats for a given. Just burn through all my money, why don't you?
Yeah.
Slime Generator, who is a Tony Hawk fan, says that honestly that's pretty much what the female customization options are in every other Tony game too.
Okay.
Show us San Fran.
Yeah, yeah. It's done San Fran.
I came first place in the championship. Joe not voice acted here.
Ah, Joe. Okay.
Oh boy, so it begins. Impressive polygons.
Oh, money for nothing.
So how does this feel?
Better than you would think. The thing I remember being hard about this game is like actually doing different grinds. Oh, I didn't indie nosebone though.
Tradon says, I'm sorry, what do you mean this it looks like this? This looks like it belongs on the 32X.
I'm surprised they even had other skaters on this track going at it.
Well, you need to have a sense of, you know, the race, of competition,
Yeah.
of...
You say you need to, but there's a lot of things in games that, like, you would think they would need that they just sometimes don't do.
Oh, there's the boost. Oh,
No, not getting it.
Now, I think the bridge is coming up, the Golden Gate Bridge, and I need you to grind the entirety of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah,
Can you do
yeah.
that for me? Oh, the car LODs. I love it. You can see how it's segmented. You can see how they're basically segmenting the track, like the
you
loads
missed
here.
oh, I think you can get back up on it though.
No,
Yes.
Ouch!
Fall to your
Ouch.
death.
Well, now I can't.
Well, now use your boost to catch up at the very least. If you got it, burn through it. Like, again, technically impressive that this is
Yeah.
running at all. It's some sort of frame rate, too. And granted, it's like 30 and not 60, but I mean, Nokia! We got Nokia product placement here. Where's the N-Gage version of this game? Come on, Tony. People have been waiting.
yeah,
Yeah.
perspective is a little hard sometimes to figure out, like, now I can get on the rail or not.
Mr.
Yeah, I'm
Taco
trying-
asked, when do we fight Andros in this?
Blah, 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 blah. I'm trying to remember how you do different grinds in this game. It's not what you'd expect. It's not button plus direction. Yeah, I know. Ooh, bronze medal. It's so weird that you press B to confirm on that menu and A to quit.
I don't. Do you have any other tracks? Did I unlock anything else?
Steps of Morocco.
Yeah, let's check out Morocco. But yeah, this game is not it's not very representative of what the two other versions of this are like.
This doesn't look like it would be very good, like, ground to try and skate on.
You have off-road wheels on these skateboards. They just didn't explain that
Yeah.
fact to you. You got treads on them.
Yeah. For funny enough, the DS version does that. When you're on, depending on what track you're on, you swap to those like big skateboards that do have the big wheels. I think that is a
Monster
name for them.
trucker wheels.
It's got decent sense of speed.
Yeah, I guess it would
Like, I
have
think
to. So I'm glad they pulled off that bare minimum. But at the same time, to look at this,
Yeah.
it is very primitive.
Yeah.
But that's what it
it's
takes
also-
to get like actual frame rates.
I was gonna say it's running on a thing that should not be able to run this sort of thing. That was not made to run this sort of thing. Well, Johnny, is there a button to grind in this, or is it just
Yes.
like if you land? Okay.
Yeah.
I use the phrase, and I used it in promoting this on promoting this episode. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I think that speaks to a lot of these 3D
There we go.
GBA games. If we're working towards some sort of conclusion here, if we're if this is the last game that we're going to showcase, or maybe the second to last at the very least.
I will say this night in particular has had the game. Don't do this while I'm about to make this point. This has been a night where we've had some of the better quality games of the series.
Yeah, there's been a few proper winners in this lot.
Yeah.
Because I think by 2005, where we started, and ending in 2006, and then, past this point, are there any other further GBA games? No one was paying attention because, I mean, it was the DS's time to reign by this stage in the game. People had mostly figured out the tech, how to push the GBA, what the real limitations were once you figured out how to, produce 3D. Then it was a matter of refining that. It was a matter of people iterating on each other's work as you ride into nothing, as the world draws in front of you here. I mean, that's what it takes. If that's what it takes to achieve this, if the gameplay is okay, that's fine. People will put up with a lot. And, we always talk about, better games with worse graphics, and we're not even kidding. If the trade-off is not being able to see 2 feet in front of you, is that good enough? Is this acceptable? It depends on the player, I suppose.
The draw distance, especially this high up, it's worse when you're high up. I will say that for sure. But this, I don't have hands on right now, but this doesn't look that bad. This looks, this is not the Tony Hawk game that I would play given the chance to play any given Tony Hawk game.
Yeah.
But in a vacuum, just as a game by itself, this looks all right.
Well, put that to the test. Give it a run.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. What are my buttons?
Okay.
B to purchase, A to confirm. Glad I could help.
Okay, so I believe. Oh, hang on, because I had it mapped a bit different. But I believe A is the jump, and then B was the grind, and L was grab, I believe. And
No, don't
R
retry.
is-
Don't retry.
Yeah, I was like, why is it having me retry?
And R was the boost. And I think combinations of buttons do let you do certain things.
Hey,
Welcome to Edinburgh. I get to greet.
welcome to Edinburgh Bad, the bad part of Edinburgh.
Brogan. True, proud Scottish name there.
Didn't I run over them?
No, the font is self-destructing.
Yeah, the font is the thing that's
sorry.
making this inaccessible, impossible to
Yeah.
read. Otherwise, I could read. I could understand.
Henway, that's what it's trying to say.
Oh, Menway. Get it? Hen? Way? No. Sorry.
Ava
Balls.
fucking butchers at this.
Yeah. I will say the because they were doing Game Boy Advance Tony Hawk games, like mainline series conversions, all the way up into American Wasteland, and they were really rough by the end. Those isometric ones.
I never liked them from
But
the
they
start.
started out-
Even with the THPS2, I'm just like, this
Blech.
isometric perspective does not work for me.
Yeah. It's just they were trying to do like more and more complicated stuff with the bigger maps and just. Oh, that was probably a shortcut.
Well, you're about to run out of time. You're not going to
Yeah.
qualify.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and if I did say like
Yeah, I'll try
holding
that again.
holding forward does make you duck down for speed.
Okay. Can I retry?
They'll
Yeah,
let you
that'll be
after you go through all these
It-
menus.
It's weird. It has to let me do. Well, I just.
Hey!
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, you got better jump now.
All right. I'm still trying to figure out the buttons here. R is grab tricks. Got that.
No, R is boost. I think it's L supposed to be grab. Oh, you did flip somehow.
No, if I'm in the air, R is a grab.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and L is a flip trick.
Okay, okay.
So let me ask you this then: is a face button grind?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
All right, I know what it is then.
I believe it's A.
Uh,
And there is a
He
way to do more than just the 50-50 grind. It's just weirdly hard to do.
It doesn't matter. Does it really matter
I mean,
what grind you're doing as
points.
long as you get grinds?
I think you might build boosts better depending on the trick. Maybe.
boost.
Cool statue. I'm glad they
Yeah.
put that detail in.
Yeah. They are really trying with this.
They are trying, and it is impressive in the technical
Yeah.
sense, and the gameplay seems
Fine.
fine.
It's taking me a bit to get used to some of this.
It's honestly probably better than both the SSX games,
Yeah,
which are also,
yeah.
you know, downhill racing.
I'll say that for sure, having played both of those games.
But the actual really impressive good version of Downhill Jam on Paintball was the DS version, which is straight up the highest rated version. That one's just legit good. And it even has some like exclusive content.
Oh. I really like that pain sound. That just really like, ow.
That's because you're a sadist, as we well know.
So I bet I can.
It is hard to discern what is a ramp and what isn't, because I would have thought
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
have let you jump over the statue
Yeah.
too. Always be boosting right now, by the way, is gonna be my my guess.
Yeah, boost straight through that.
Oh, that's sick. 900.
Yeah, see, it's easy, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Ow. Variable kickflips though are impossible. That's all right. Again, not the skateboarding game I would go for immediately, but if I had that as a kid, I'd have fun with that.
I'm
Great
gonna
idea.
try it. I want to give it a go too, just to.
Okay, so let me tell you controls. In the air, R is a grab, L is a flip. Your on your PlayStation controller, X is to crouch for an ollie, and then circle is to grind.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I
It
think
is
that's having
slightly
trouble.
sickening. I do have to
Yeah.
say. What was grind again?
Circle on your PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you.
I think I was having an issue because I think when I messed with this, I just straight up remapped the buttons to be the PS1 face button layout, which is how I play most of the Game Boy Advance ones when I'm checking them out.
Huh? The rotation is fucked. It's absolutely wretched.
Yeah.
I will say that. Whew.
Yeah, it's not quite
Yeah.
snappy enough.
And when you're in the air, the triggers are like for different tricks.
I wonder if this game has specials or not.
Choosing the path of like least obstacles, least
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
for me to do tricks off of is probably not
Yeah.
ideal. When grinding makes you go faster.
Trying to figure out how much alternative paths there are, or if that's just fake.
There's kind of alternative
Yeah.
paths, but it's not too far off. There's
Yeah.
definitely
Okay.
little things like here.
Yeah. Because
I think I turned around there, and it took a second to like be like, "Are you going backwards?" No, we can just do switch in this, right? We can just.
Yeah, yeah. Because the other version is really built on that. Like, there's lots of little hidden paths throughout the courses.
I probably should have ground on that if I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know.
might
I'm-
just
This plays into what I was saying about more races should just have money laying on the.
Yes, absolutely.
It's also you know, just for progression of if you were bad at this game, you have a way of earning money without having to win a race.
Fuck.
You're probably on those short ones. You're probably safer doing some sort of kickflip.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so close to the
Yep.
end of this. I have a chance here to actually win.
Again, your winning is
Actually-
not based on. Your winning is not
rewind.
based on.
I would rewind and not do the jump.
You think just straight ahead? But I'm trying to build up a little bit of boost is the thing. So I need the
Yeah, but
trick
I
to
think
do.
What
But I think what you have is enough.
What I'm also trying to tell you is like
Yeah.
you're doing this on score, not on placement of who comes in first.
Yeah. I believe there are
No,
score-
it's based on who's first.
Shortboard skaters in all of Scotland. As tradition here states, you can
It's-
keep his board.
I think you got enough score, but I think it's like I think you get
Your
more
position is
score.
first.
I don't
No,
think.
no. There is a
I-
score mode. It's a separate mode.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
different
it's-
game
it's a
modes here.
separate mode.
This is a
Yeah.
race.
Kid, you seem to be handling yourself pretty well. So well that I'm going to give you a chance to race against me for one of the boards.
Oh wow.
It's one of the shitty boards, but you know, it's still one of mine.
Beat me, and it has to be now.
I will autograph it, but I am going to misspell my name.
Johnny, take us home. Beat Tony at his own game.
Oh, that would be a real power move if you're a celebrity, right? If someone every time that someone asks you for an autograph, you just misspell your name so they can't eBay it because it's like it's obviously not that person's actual thing.
Did you see Tony at the beginning of the race?
I did, yeah.
It's the last we'll be seeing of him. Oh, no,
Nope.
never mind. There he is.
He looks like Bobby Hill.
The mute Kai
Appropriate.
says, this says to a hawk. It's- yeah, this is... I'm glad this game exists. Right? You know, I'm glad this exists and then looks the way it does, plays the way it does. It plays fine. If you were a big
This plays
downhill...
great for what this is on the GBA. This plays great, I think.
I'm boosting for you, Johnny, by the way.
Oh,
Because
thank you.
Mechanically, you're someone off on the sideline saying you can do this, and then you just go faster as a result of the
Yeah.
confidence.
Cheer me on from the sidelines.
Tim Rod says this looks like if old school RuneScape was a skating game.
Ah.
That's Tony Hawk as we know him.
Down here, Barbara.
I think if you can beat
appropriate.
Tony here, definitely save the game so I have this progress locked in. And then
Ah.
I think we have enough time for one more game. I think we have enough time to cover one that I missed previously.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
What?
You might have boosted directly into him as he was grinding. That's my guess.
Is there any means of catching up now, or is Tony gonna win?
Tony
Well, now
looks
he's
like
gonna
win.
Yeah.
Maybe this was a scripted loss. Like, no, you can't beat Tony Hawk.
Wait, no, there he is. There he is in the distance.
Nah, he's
Nah.
ahead.
Let's hear Tony taunt us.
Hey, come on.
That was a good try. You may not have won that board I was talking about, but I think you've become a better skater. And that's what's important.
Fuck
Cool,
you,
Tony.
Tony. Asshole.
He's trying to be positive.
Well, that's all right. Goodbye, Tony.
You'll become a better skater if you spend $5,000 after this race.
Yeah. Money talks, baby. All right, so that was the last official game in our timeline, but I want to go back to one that we missed. One that I don't know if this was necessarily critically reviled, but I played a little bit of this, and I think it's revolting. It's impressive for what it is. I think this is the ultimate example in this series, if not like one of the other ones we played previously in this series of just because you can doesn't mean you should. Did you know there is like a Star Fox style game for the Game Boy Advance? It is called Star X. This is a April 17th, 2002 release brought to us by Graphic State, published by BAM Entertainment.
Wow. Because look at that box art. I would have thought this was a homebrew title.
It might as well be. We'll just do like a couple levels of this. Charky, you take the
All right.
flight controls. I'm gonna have to jump right onto the volume on this one.
Yeah. BAM Entertainment seem to really love these 3D GBA games. Oh yeah, that audio.
You are your people's last hope in a desperate flight for freedom, quote unquote.
Trademark. Patent pending.
Maybe it's scare quotes. Maybe it's desperate flight for freedom. Is how you're supposed to say it.
Are the only survivor of a doomed diplomatic envoy sent to befriend a new alien race. The peace talks, as you can see here, went pretty well. We're brief. The Karsask are not here to coexist. They're here for hard merchandise. Slaves. You must fight your way back home and warn your people about the threat of the Karask before it's too late.
Cool planet.
Oh wow. I don't know if this is even legal.
This looks like Star Fox on the SNES.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know.
Use the boost to get through!
I don't know if this is legally distinct.
Huh?
Cool.
Now that you've run out of piss, can you escape the tetrahedron? And...
Battle Zone.
Whoa, okay, I'm glad I didn't skip. Unfrozen caveman space pilot.
I haven't figured out which. Okay, I'm gonna assume we're the guy with the hair.
Looks like we have a co-pilot too. I'm glad we showed that daring escape. I'm glad that we...
That daring escape of we just landed and now we're going again. Take a look, medium music, auto center with the R in the wrong place. Invert
no,
now.
You know what these
When they
steps are
say
from.
when they say invert Y,
Yeah?
I'll
Your
see
guess
what
is
it
as good
is.
as mine.
I'll see what it is, but I will have to change it if they fuck this up.
Slime Generator says that dude looks like a shaved urban yeti.
We have to escape from this water planet. My scanners show fighter ships, gunboats, and fighter craft are all carriers are all in the rear.
Good luck.
All right, it's correct. We're good. Okay, boost.
Okay. Okay. Now that you're actually in gameplay, the frame rate's not as bad as I was expecting.
Does it feel that way when you're? Okay,
Yeah.
frame rate, sure, but the actual controlling of this, not so
Yeah.
much.
I'm because, you know, I have to. I'm comparing this to Super Nintendo Star Fox, which, I'll be real, is a game that's too of its time for me to go back to.
Yes.
If I was ever try that version, I'd have to get the fan hack that makes it 60 FPS.
You
How
missed
am
the
I
power-ups,
missing
by the way,
these?
yeah. Because the perspective is so wonderful here. That's why you're missing them every time.
Yeah, Tim Rod said frame rate looks slightly better than Star Fox 2. This is better than Star Fox 1 even. People forget how bad Star Fox 1 ran.
Yeah, but how does it play?
That's
Bad
Yeah.
because like it's so touchy. Is I think the main thing.
And also, like,
Would
it takes
you
like 50
please
shots
say-
to kill anything in this game is something I also recognized about it. Or maybe it's just because it's so easy to miss in this game.
Yes, that's the problem. Is like because this crosshair, like the slightest touch, will just send
Yeah.
it careening.
Select his
Yeah,
bomb,
this-
by the way, in case you need it.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks like it should have some amount of auto aim, and it doesn't.
Can you do a charge shot in this? Not that I ever used charge shots, but no.
I mean, charge shots are kind of key in Star Fox, and they did not include them here.
So technically impressive, and this is an early one too. This is a 2002 one. I know some of the earliest were 2001, but this is still pretty early relatively in the timeline.
Oh, that was
that's
cool.
not how you. Okay, no boss. 16. Jesus. Oh, I think. I don't like this. Do you hear that rumbling in the distance? What can it be? Be careful, Rob.
Oh, okay.
Be careful, Rob 63.
Please, 63 and a third. Yeah, it's again cool in terms of like tech demo, but the part where it actually plays, and that's the worry I have with like going into games that push the technological envelope, is that sometimes it comes at the expense of playability.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just apply to the GBA 3D. That it doesn't apply to just like, you know, handhelds punching above their weights. I always, like, you know, the concern always with the game that is like banking itself purely off of how cool our shadow technology is, or how high poly this, and how high resolution these textures that, and so on and so forth, is just does it come at the expense of gameplay? Does it come at the expense of like a focused, tight, fun to play experience? And
yeah, I know a game that instantly comes to mind of that is Bubsy 3D.
yeah,
which is mostly built around the fact that it's like incredibly high resolution for PlayStation 1. But because of that, the game's like barely textured and really choppy.
I think of like The Order 1886, a game that is so focused on, you know, a polished cinematic presentation. The fact that it has like letterbox even when you're playing widescreen, and there's a source I've never been able to track down, but I swear to God, there was an interview they conducted before that game came out, where they said they were targeting 24 frames per second for a filmic experience, and they eventually like backpedal or like decide just to do 30 because like what the fuck were they thinking? What the fuck was anyone thinking?
Oh, my high-powered assault craft will make short work of you. You'll never leave this place alone. I'm waiting for Peppy to say, incoming enemy from the rear, drop altitude. But no, it's coming from the front. Fuck!
That thing about the Order 8066, literally until about last year, I thought that game ran at 24 FPS.
It might as well.
So we need to show Spence that at some point.
Yes. It's also just a fucking boring, short, repetitive game that, hey, looks great, but doesn't count for everything. There's more to a game than just how it looks. In fact, there's a lot more. In fact, like, how a game looks is ultimately like one of the least important things, at least according to my rankings, my power rankings. Wow, skin of your teeth there.
Yeah. Johnny, I want you to control the next stage. Just so you can feel how
well, the next
goes.
stage, if I recall correctly, is an all-range mode stage, so...
Oh.
Have fun!
Maybe not then.
No, do it.
Alright.
I already did this shit earlier.
Alright.
Phew, that was close! I'd love to get my hands on one of those alien scums! Time to leave this planet behind! Sorry, you didn't step in quick enough, so I had to... Yeah, look at that map in the bottom left corner.
Yep.
The green are the mines you need to destroy. Also, you have the same health you had last stage. Good luck!
Okay.
I will say, I can see how jerky or fast it's moving right now, so yeah, you're basically getting the same experience of touchiness that I was getting.
Oh, and there's a...
Boost and braking, yeah.
Yes. And you do have a barrel roll. It's like double tap on the right bumper. Double tap. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you have to mash it.
Yes. You have to mash a lot of buttons in this, since you can't charge, as far as I can tell. Like, it was hurting my hand after a little bit.
You have to press shoot button more than once. Okay, you can't just hold it.
Nope.
Yeah, how are you supposed to hit anything in this game? I like the song though.
By the way, you only have 192 seconds left to destroy 29 more mines.
Yeah.
I love how the braking also moves the ship so close to the screen that it takes up literally half the screen real estate here.
It's the thing is, you were talking about the frame rate being good, and it just does not feel like it is when you have hands on.
It's weird, yeah. It feels worse than it looks.
I still want to say this is better than Flight of the Falcon. But Flight of the Falcon was also like the worst thing we played in this series. One of the worst GBA games of all time, so... Not exactly a high honor here that we're bestowing upon this game to compare it.
Yeah, that zoom in for the slow-mo is the reverse thruster that's real bad.
This game's real bad.
Yeah, what it feels like is that unlike Star Fox, the game speed might not be attached to the frame rate, and that's probably what makes original Star Fox a bit playable. Is that you're at least not losing frames of animation when the frame rate drops in that game. It just slows down. Whereas I think this game skips frames when it's chugging.
I feel like this game skips frames even when it's working correctly.
Oh, yeah, but it's just, like, it feels like inputs are being eaten, or sometimes when you turn, you just instantly turn because whatever frame was supposed to be there doesn't render. That's really annoying, they make you have to mash the shoot button.
Yeah, I started holding my controller like it was an arcade stick or something.
Hurry. Only 18 mines left in 173 seconds.
Also, wow, yeah, this is a really unfun objective for, for a mission like this.
You come back to this style of objective, like,
yeah.
There's 22 missions in this game. And I think it says, like, 7 or 8 or 9 environments. Which means that, you get 2 levels out of every, like, tile set, then you have this orbit stage you come back to several times over.
Yeah, and we don't have any like depth indicator on the radar either. So I'm not even seeing sometimes when mines are like, yeah, see, these are down. And granted, on this system, it probably would have been hard to render a radar that shows 3D, but then you just don't simulate this amount of 3D space. Oh. Curious if there's any like secret moves of like a 180 turn or anything like that.
It's a good question. Those are things you would like to have in a game like this.
Where the fuck is this mine?
Yo.
Oh, there it is. How did I miss that?
Because there's elevation in a level in a game that should not have elevation to worry about.
Yeah.
And yet...
I just thought I'd gotten, that low enough to see it that one time.
I'm glad I put this at the end. I'm glad I tacked this one on. I'm glad we got to show this one, because... Technologically impressive for how early it came out on the GBA. I mean, these are some of the first folk to really figure out, like, true polygonal 3DA.
Yeah.
But,
This was a 2002, I guess, so...
I feel like, as well, sometimes, like...
Yeah, it also kind of feels like homebrew.
Yeah. It really, really does.
They should have had their title screen be a crack tro, just for full effect.
I don't know why sometimes you press a button and just the thing associated with that button doesn't happen.
Look at the top right meter. It's like in Star Fox, just like fully like in Star Fox, where you have like a meter that you can exhaust your brakes or boost.
Okay. Oh.
Up.
Alright, well, we'll come back for that one.
16 seconds. Well, that worked. 10 seconds.
Drive into it if you have to.
Oh, I was really hoping it was going to go next objective.
Part 2.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's see,
impressive,
one
but, like,
more
actually...
Wow, that sucked.
You remember places like that back on Earth? What? Space?
This isn't going to be easy. You remember
I guess
these from back on Earth?
Yeah, Earth's fucked up in the future.
Oh, I do love that low poly Sphinx you flew past, though.
Ah, the Great Pyramids.
Of alien world. Yeah, I guess we're going with the whole aliens bit the pyramids thing here.
It's an idea. You take as many ideas as you can grab at in a game like this. Give them credit for whatever you can.
I just reminded myself that in the Star Trek universe, it's canon that aliens met up with Native Americans, and there's like a... I forget what it is. I think it's like they directly inspired their culture or something crazy like that.
Something's fucking stupid like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is what this game looks like. This is what another world in it looks like. There's a few more environments like this. I don't know, if you were really hard up for, like, a Star Fox style game, maybe. I don't know, but it's not good.
Video Game King says, who's this between mission character? He can't be you, but he also can't be your sidekick. What do you mean he can't be your sidekick? He was
He's your
there in that
co-pilot.
cutscene.
Yeah, he was there in that cutscene. They barely show him off, but...
Oh yeah, we don't have a name for him yet.
Yeah, but he was there. He got in the ship with you.
Yeah.
I think that'll do it for Starks. And that will do it for the GBA in 3D. But before we sign off for the night, before we hit the epilogue screen, best and worst of the night. Sharky, you start.
So earlier, I had been thinking I was probably going to say Killer 3D Pool was my best. But I think maybe Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. I don't know, it honestly is close between that and Killer 3D Pool because I do just like pool games. And that was like
It was a bad pool game, though.
It was inoffensive. It wasn't good, but it was inoffensive. Listen, nothing tonight. I said we had some kind of impressive stuff tonight, but nothing tonight was really that good, I don't think. But I think just Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam was like very surprisingly good for what it was. And it wasn't awful to play.
So what was your worst?
What was awful to play was Star X. Like I think that was the worst of the night. It was going to be Greg Hastings tournament paintball because that was honestly that was miserable and dull. But Star X was painful to play to an actual degree, especially with the no charge shot, so you had to keep hitting the button over and over again. But yeah, that controlled just dreadfully.
Interesting picks. Not what I expected you to go with, but that's fair. That's all right. Johnny.
Okay. I'm having a hard time deciding it. For me, it would either be Driver or Big Mother Truckers. I kind of want to give it to Driver just because of how much it's doing. You know, I'm trying not to think of it too much compared to playing against the console version. Yeah, I'm just thinking in terms of these games. But in terms of like giving you a full, Driver experience, like an open world crime cop game, whatever. But I would probably put Big Mother Truckers as like a really close second. It's just that game is so much like the console version that it's hard to ignore that, whereas Driver 3 feels at least like an interpretation. I think for worse though, I'm gonna say ATV Thunder Ridge Riders. Because like there were some games that looked maybe worse or ran worse and were maybe worse to control, but there was so little to that game, even on a technical level, where it's 3D rendered, it's off-road racing, but the gameplay looks like you're moving in a flat plane without any actual driving physics. I think that makes that game worse. Even if it's like not as spectacularly bad, I think that just how nothing that game is, like barely functioning as what it's sold as, is why I think it's the worst.
Fair choices. For my best, I think I'm gonna go with Big Mother Truckers. I liked what that game was laying down. I thought that was a completely competent, if not impressive version of the console game, handheldized. It seemed to be pretty much full fat in terms of features. It's fun plowing into vehicles and not getting immediately punished for it, like in a drive-thruer, where it means like one crash means you can't win whatever objective you have. So just in terms of like pure gameplay mechanics, and the fact that, it was decently impressive, proper 3D on the GBA coming from Big Mutha Truckers. The frame rate, certainly a bit dicey, but sometimes you gotta give up some frames to get some features. Worst of the night, ATV Thunder Ridge Racers. I mean, come the fuck on. That was diabolically bad. How can it be anything other than that? I mean, it was nothing. Sharky, you're the one who said it was a free camera that was just moving a free camera along.
Yeah, and I would have had more fun just moving a free camera along than trying to play Star X.
Okay.
It was like it was bad, but didn't aggravate me.
Okay, that's fair, I suppose. Now, I know I'm asking a lot here, and if you don't have an answer for this, that's fine. But best and worst we played in this entire series, if you can recall them. I can go down the list here just to refresh your memories if need be.
No, I don't have an answer. I can't remember.
Okay, I'm going to go through the list
these games.
just to see if it refreshes your memory a bit. In the first episode, we played X vs. Sever, Cruisin' Velocity, Ballistic X vs. Sever, SSX Tricky, Medal of Honor Underground, 007 Nightfire, X-Blades Inline Skater, Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride, Quad Desert Fury, and American Idol. In the second episode, we played Ozzy and Drix, Taxi 3, SSX 3, Star Wars Flight of the Falcon, Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, Thunder Alley, Kill.Switch, Smashing Drive, Monster Trucks, and Payback.
Best was Crazy Taxi. I couldn't tell you the worst.
That's fair. Johnny?
I might say best for me was... Ooh. I'm having a hard time on this one, but I might actually say the first X vs. Sever.
I think
In
it's a fair
terms of
choice.
just being the most playable. Worst? I can't decide because the issues are for very different reasons. It would either be Medal of Honor Underground or it'd be Ozzy and Drix.
No, those are some good picks. I think those are fair. That's basically where I'm settling too. That we are in agreement on this, in that X vs. Sever, one of the original GBA 3D games, and they fucking smashed it out the park on the first at bat.
By we, you mean you two?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think that game is a treat. I think that game would have stood up if it had been just like a DOS game released in like 1994 or 5. It would have been fondly remembered, and instead it's relegated to obscurity based on the fact that it had such a dire license to be attached to. But I still just thoroughly impressed and enjoy that game when I revisit it. The worst we've played in this series, I almost want to give it to that goddamn ATV Thunder Ridge Riders game, because I just found it despicable in all of its ways. But I'd be lying if I didn't say it was Star Wars Flight of the Falcon, which is just inexcusably bad.
Yeah, thing is, I can't say the worst for me because there were so many like really bad ones, and they were really bad for different reasons.
That's fair. We're doing apples to bowling balls here, as we so often do on the Bad Game Hall of Fame, but just wanted for posterity's sake. A special shout out, though, for, I don't remember if I voted it best in the episode we played it in, but Payback, just because it was so impressive.
Yeah.
I think that was, like, it knew its limitations in terms of 3D, and it wasn't perfect to play, but it was feature-rich. That was one that was like the GTA 1 and 2 style game, for those who don't remember. So I don't know, just a special commendation for that, because I thought it was neat. Gratuitous in its ways, as Grand Theft Auto inspired games are wont to be, but looking back at that game, I was just impressed. It played as well as it did, which is not to say it was great, but there you are. With that being said, with all said and done and everything ranked, folks, that will do it for the GBA and 3D trilogy of videos. That's every GBA 3D game we see fit to cover here. If you want to pick for, by the way, just completely outside of the games we played as part of this segment, the best 3D GBA game for me in my books might be Tron 2.0. Again, that game was way too good to feature on this segment, to feature on this show, but that game effortlessly switches between isometric, like 2D, like, you know, traditional isometric perspective platforming and action, then goes into these multiple different 3D modes for like the Tron cycles, and like there's first-person shooting in it that's not half bad, and different types of vehicles. And it also has like fully voice sampled, like voice sample for every line of dialogue in that game. That game is a miracle in how much they cram into that little cartridge. And that's one I think is slept on. That is one that I think gets ignored in the 3D on GBA roundups. But just wanted to give another special commendation, if we can give them at the last minute here. But yeah, the GBA, a versatile little platform, an amazing little handheld. 3D was not its strong suit, to say the least, but it did manage to put a couple games out worthy of commendation, worthy of acknowledgement, and worthy of a play. But I think we were better off saving the 3D for the DS, getting into that era and bespoke like 3D processing, and I think it was probably best to wait for the technology to catch up before developers got a little too ambitious. But hey, still worthy of recognition when folk manage to push things beyond their limits. And then I hope that despite how some of the harsh words we had for some of the games featured as a part of this segment, that, you know, the achievement is still there. Hard-working developers put in the hours to achieve things that people didn't think possible, and whether they ended up providing playable games or not, you still have to respect the efforts in some capacity. We're not here to shit on them for daring to dream. We would never here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. But we should also look to the future, look towards new series, new frontiers, maybe more in the style of looking at platforms that were that people were bringing technology to, that people were pushing the limits of. I don't know what else we would do beyond the Game Boy and Game Boy Color and the like. I don't even know if they'd have like games that are as impressive as these lot were. I don't know exactly how we would pursue another series in this vein. But we'll look into it, because I do like seeing the technology pushed and proving the point that doesn't always result in a remarkable product to actually play. When you feel it in the hands, it doesn't always turn out for the best. But that will do it for us and for this series. If you liked what you saw here tonight, consider pledging on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, becoming a member on YouTube. Any or all of the above will grant you access on our Discord server, discord.gg/bghof, to our Patreon Saints channel, wherein you can vote in polls, make suggestions, help steer the direction of the show at all. We need to consult the Patreon Saints channel sometime in the next few days and just take some random suggestions, is I think what we want to do, because we have a vacancy on our Thursday slot, which is usually our patron-determined playthrough, and without like a whole poll set up, because I couldn't think of one that I want to do on such short notice, I'm just gonna probably leave it in the hands of our fans. So this is a primo time, if you've ever considered financially supporting us, to get in there, get on the Discord, throw some suggestions at us, and maybe, just maybe, we'll pick one, assuming that there's a good range of them. If you cannot financially support us at this time, we completely understand. Consider instead, if you want to help the show out, going on to YouTube, going to our YouTube channel, the Bad Game Hall of Fame YouTube channel, finding our suggested viewing playlist. It is a playlist comprised of 20 hand-picked episodes that we think make for good onboarding onto this little show of ours. Or maybe, you know, someone who's a real homebrew aficionado who has been cranking homebrew apps out on the 3D, on the GBA for the past several years.
Saved it. Saved that sentence.
Just barely. maybe someone who would appreciate seeing technical marvels on the handheld. If you know any demo scene folk from back in the day, please send them this. See what they think of these games. We leave it to your discretion, dear viewer. And what do we have on the itinerary? What do we have coming up? Tuesday, our playthrough begins of Chris's campaign in Resident Evil 6. Me and Johnny will be taking the reins on that one, embarking on a brave new campaign. Thursday, as we mentioned, we're going to leave that to our patrons. We're going to figure that out in the days to come. Saturday, the triumphant return of Cursed Kart Racers, the 5th episode. I don't know if we're going back to handhelds or sticking with console on that one. I don't have the list in front of me.
Oh god, No, we're going back to handhelds.
Okay,
because
very good.
we're finally going to get to the first handheld Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, Super Circuit's coming up on that one, so that'll be an interesting one. That'll be an exciting one as we get into more GBA games, more potentially 3D GBA games in that segment. So it all comes around. The 3D on GBA never really ends. We just revisit in different forms, in different form factors and such. So please to look forward to that. Who's streaming at this hour? Who can we send a raid the way of? Neon Arcade is doing a viewer's choice stream, playing some deep cuts on original hardware. I'm going with them because I see the Garbage Day guy from Silent Night Deadly in the bottom right corner, and I think they're playing the California Raisins game on the NES at the moment. So, just for those reasons alone. So clearly their fans are picking, their viewers are picking some primo choices for them on that end. So please let them know the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you and so forth. But for the Bad Game Hall of Fame, I have been one Crispy Cassidy, as in Crispy Graphics.
I've been
It's a tricky one, I know.
Could barely process frames. Sharky.
Very good.
And I've been soccer expert Johnny Baghead.
See, if you skip the alliteration, it becomes so much easier to do these things. That's the secret to it.
Mine wasn't alliteration at all, so.
Well, it began with C. The first word of it did begin with the letter C, so that's close enough. That's good enough in my book.
I was just going with, like, bad frame rate in my voice.
Oh, it works both ways. It's a joke with layers. Anyway. Bye!
Good night, everybody.
Take care, everyone.